Y'all feeling loose? Loose as a goose, don't get me started. Sid, how you been, family? W sub, hey Sid. What's up, Dom? I feel like you've been here and I said hey, but I forgot, you know? Justice says that was amazing. Love to see that, bro. Downward dog is kicking my ass right now, though. My hamstrings are fucking so tight. It's upsetting. I won't lie, it's upsetting. College has been kicking my ass, but I'm here. Hey, girl, it's okay. I understand. College is hard. Unnecessarily hard, some might even say. But I'm proud of you, girl. Keep it up. Keep doing your thing. We love to see it, bro. We love to see during Black History Month too, girl. You better work. Let me stop. Let me. What's wrong with me, y'all? God damn. Fucking goober. Welcome back, Franny. Did you do some yoga with us today? My communication class has become therapy session is getting way too deep. Cries in silent. Well, compared to cry again. Today's topic, as per the title, is breaking generational curses. We're going to talk about breaking generational curses. We're going to talk about post-traumatic slave syndrome. We're going to talk about nature versus nurture a bit. Talking about epigenetics a little bit. And yeah, we're going to end it on a positive note, hopefully. You know? But I think we'll be fine, bro. I think we'll be fine. And I think that, you know, this is a net positive, you know? So trigger warning. There may be some talks about, you know, sexual assault, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, trying to think if anything else is in there. I think it might just be sexual assault, you know, something like that. So just be prepared to you know, to digest that today. And if that's too much for you, you're welcome to, you know, to come back at another time, you know. But yeah, bro. If you don't want to adjust, if it's too much for you, please go get it to a safe space, bro. You don't have to. I don't want to feel like y'all have to do that. I try to mix it in. That's why I try to mix in like epigenetics and like nature versus nurture, because I didn't want to talk so much about, you know, specific traumas, you know what I'm saying? But you know, sometimes with being mindful comes growth, and with growth comes a little bit of pain, you know, growing pains. And I don't want to put anything on anybody who is unable to take that right now, you know what I'm saying? So I think you should be fine though. I try to make it kind of lighthearted. So like we have a good pacing. I think we'll be fine. But yeah, let me know if it's too much for you guys. And yeah, I think it will be fine though. I'm probably just being super cautious. I don't want to scare you guys. It's not that. I mean, it's bad, but it's not bad, but it's not like that. We've had heavier Mindful Mondays. I'll say that. All right, let's get it, bro. Let's do this. Let's get into this shit, bro. Let's get into it. Where my fucking playlist at? Okay, so first video is breaking generational cycles of trauma by Brandy Wells. So I can break this up a little bit. I'm gonna put this right here, perhaps, and that way we have 15 minutes, and we talk about post-traumatic slave syndrome a little bit. Then we talk about trauma not transferred. Then we get into epigenetics, genetics, myth, nature versus nurture, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, cool. Let's get it. I think we'll be fine though, chat. I believe. Do we need green screen? Chat, do we need green screen? I know we don't want to have chat right over my face. I know that. Hello. Put that over here. Okay, there we go. Let's do it. We gonna get the y'all. It's gonna be okay. I promise. It's not gonna be that bad. At least I hope not. Yeah, pretty sure. Brandy Wells, let's take it away, Queen. Why is it so quiet in here? Is there no sound? Sis, you're not talking.
Dear Brandy.
Oh, there we go.
Yesterday was your first day of school.
Ugh.
You and Mom went to the mall to pick out a super dope outfit, an outfit that matches your charismatic personality, one that screams, I don't need attention. Only to realize that your outfit was just a shell. An outfit that your daddy bought but never saw you wear. Brandy, you'll begin to realize that there are many outfits that you wore to cover your trauma.
Woo.
The reward was never in the clothes. It was discovering what you were masking and smothering. Brandy, there will be a time for you to wear a different outfit. An outfit equipped to deliver daughters. An outfit that's going to have you face your triggers on and say, today I wear nothing. Letter to my 8-year-old self.
God damn, she on her shit already, bro. She out the gate with it, nigga. It's a minute 17 in this bitch. Who else wore clothes to hide inner pain? You know what I'm saying? I used to. Ari, thank you for the reset for 7 months. I appreciate you, Queen. I definitely used to wear clothes to kind of like mask, or certain clothes. I thought they protected me from judgment, from criticisms. You know what I'm saying? Hoodies especially. Oh my God, nigga. That's why I wear hoodies now, bro. I feel like I'm like I have a defense on. You know what I'm saying? Talking to her inner Jard already? Yes, sir. Ari, thank you so much. How you doing, Queen?
When I was 8 years old, I didn't realize that what I was experiencing could later fuel a mental health diagnosis. Most people believe, including my past self, is that our current mental health status is in direct connection with our adult experiences. Our perceptions of children can be that they are to be seen and not heard, and that the things that transpire in their lives, they'll somehow just forget and move forward.
Sheesh.
And for a mere moment in my life, I too did a really good job at masking my fears. I thought that every little girl lived life without a father. That's the crazy thing about the concept of nature versus nurture.
Oh, great. I didn't know she's going to say that, but amazing. This ties into our grand topic for today. Love it.
My environment literally shaped my expectations. So I had to sit with that 8-year-old girl, because if I didn't unmask my traumas, it would later show up in my relationships, my friendships, and how I carried myself into this world. And when I got done talking to her, she told me to show up more consciously.
Okay.
Not only for me, but for my children and their children. Because I refuse to leave a story written of pain. I'd rather for my legacy to be built on purpose. So the beginning of my rebirth
Yeah, I love to talk about that, Jazzy.
was in connection to my passion in supporting others in the birth of my first daughter, Kennedy. I found myself pregnant at 21, just about to graduate college.
Okay.
And when I carried her in my womb, I made my manifestation so clear. I knew that if I was going to give birth to her, that I wanted to do it right. And by right, I wanted to assure that she was going to receive the best outcomes. I'm not even sure where that idea came from, other than knowing that if my father wanted the same for me, maybe I wouldn't be pregnant so young in the first place.
Sheesh.
But the universe has a funny way of shifting you, making you move in ways that make you show up as your best self. The birth of Kennedy was in direct connection to me becoming a social worker. I literally immersed myself in careers where I was supporting or learning about children. So I began to work with the juvenile population. My goal for that population was simply to help them life plan, give them some basic skills that can help them go a long way. But I constantly found myself.
I just realized her baby hairs are laid like a motherfucker, nigga. God damn. After the video, can you tell us about generational curses? I'll just tell you about it now. I think my generational curses. I don't know. I feel like we should have had a video. What is a generational curse? But definitely, dealing with trauma that my parents put on to me, from their parents. I guess would be the simplest definition. Thinking about not trying to be like a narcissistic parent. Not trying to have kids that I can't afford to take care of. I think that's why I'm so cautious around kids now, and I don't mean just in the monetary sense of having a child, and I think also in the emotional sense, because you can have all the money in the world and still not be emotionally equipped to rear a child, So I think that's something I'm really keen on breaking. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, in part, the reason why I try to pursue knowledge so much. You know what I mean? Like, because I want to be able to really unpack that. You know, mine is mental illness. I can agree. I can relate to that as well. Definitely, my mom suffered from bipolar depression as well. So yeah, that's something. I mean, I've never been diagnosed with anything other than depression and anxiety. But something I'm trying to deal with and learn through, so I can be a better human being, and maybe one day a better father to my child than my dad ever was to me, or my mom could ever hope to be. You know, yeah.
So frustrated by the lack of progress and constant recidivism. I was going in and out of homes of 12 to 18-year-olds and their
juvenile work is really hard. I used to work in a group home actually with kids, and it's tough, man. It's tough. It's really fucking tough.
Families who exemplify what it meant to have learned behavior. They were so deep in their cycles, and I'm guessing it was hard to see a way out. I knew that if I wanted to continue to do...
kudos to you, Queen. Kudos to Jazzy said both of my parents are unchecked mental illnesses. Unlike them, I'm going to deal with mine. Yeah, and I'm glad about that, because I feel like, specifically within the Black community, you know, it's like extremely taboo to even try to seek help for these kind of things, you know? And I'm just like, why? Why does it have to be that way? It doesn't, you know? My grandpa went through something very traumatic, and I can understand that, but it's still a choice to be abusive. My grandpa was 8, and he and both his parents were in the Philippines, a death march. He got to escape, but his parents died. Wow, that's crazy. That's insane. That is a fucking insane reality.
Do this work, that I needed to be in environments where I was discovering the why. It is then that I learned that 50% of mental health diagnoses are given to children under the age of 14. So I decided that I was going to go back and receive my master's, and I began to hear the terms early prevention, early intervention. Terms used to describe the need to support a child in the most critical part of their development, ages 0 to 6.
Damn.
At that time,
the most critical part of their development, 0 to 6. God, dude.
That a child's brain literally doubles in size. And all.
Go Tay, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you, bro. What's good, Goof? Hope everyone is doing well on this Mindful Monday. Yes, we are doing well. We're holding it together. Thanks so much for stopping by, Queen.
Almost is fully grown.
Oh, go Tay. Look, since you called me a minimalist nerd, I'm getting more posters. This is my avatar poster that I'm getting. I'm gonna put up on my wall. But yeah.
So at the cusp of me graduating with my master's, and I had my second daughter, Carter, I found myself planted in an early childhood mental health program with Nationwide Children's Hospital. At the same time, I was beginning to cultivate my own family, but I couldn't rejoice. I was trying to translate the things that I learned to how I was becoming a mother myself. I began to receive some of the best supervision and have some of the best trainings in which I was told that children only thrive in connection to the work that the caregiver puts in. Research tells us that when one trusted adult is in the life of a child in the first year in life, they can receive the best outcomes. But then I began to get triggered by watching my husband be a father to our children.
Wow, how?
He fathered beautifully. What appeared to my fresh eyes as perfectly. He led with intention. And everything he did moving forward, I knew that my girls were a priority. But it was the small, most simple moments that triggered me. The kisses on their forehead, the books at bedtime, the wiping of the tears when they fell. And then came their response, their confidence, their trust in him, their faces when he walked into any room. I wanted that.
Goals.
I needed that. And the more I witnessed it, the more pain I felt.
Damn. It's almost like envy for the relationship between your own child and her. Whew. That's tough. I never even thought of that perspective or how that could manifest in a relationship, you know? Damn, that's tough. You know? That's tough. That's really fucking, I mean, that just shows you how trauma is a beast, bro. A beast. Yeah. Yeah, that's, man, to reach across relationships like that, like, wow.
So I naturally just placed that energy into work. Learning about concepts of parenting and early childhood mental health that I had never heard before. It forced me to begin to dig into my roots and the roots of others. I was supporting caregivers who told me stories of long histories of ancestral trauma. I would talk to both mothers and fathers who told me about their own suffering. I would sit on living room floors with grandmothers and grandfathers who had custody of their grandchildren because of the way that they had parented their children themselves. It forced me to investigate more. And it led me to the concept of epigenetics.
Wow, this is so on point. I didn't even think about, I mean, guys, I try not to watch the video beforehand because I don't want to spoil too much. I want it to be like authentic, but holy shit, she talked about the two of the same things that we're talking about. They're all tied together. Epigenetics, generational trauma. This is beautiful. I love it. I fucking love it. Chef's kiss.
Epigenetics.
Are there narcissists that admit they feel jealous of the child because their partner gave them more love and attention to the baby? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, that's tough.
Tells us how.
That's tough.
Take a moment to ponder. Are there things that you learn simply from watching, observing your parents? And are there things that you innately inherit, like in your bloodstreams, like oceans to rivers? Epigenetics tells us, just like diabetes, that trauma can be passed down. In the most simple of terms, we now know that you can inherit things outside your DNA sequence of genes.
Wow.
So yes, your temperament is part of your biology. Watching your parents physically fight to problem solve, that's how you become to learn about how to deal with conflict. So
that makes, I mean, kids are literally just little fucking sponges, bro. They're just watching, you know, and you just gotta, like, everything you do, they're taking in, even how you deal with problems. It's crazy.
The reason to do the healing work. I knew that the blame was not supposed to be on my father and the fathers before him. Is it that our parents parent us from a place in which they were raised? And if we really wanted to take it there, can we think of our ancestors who have been stripped away from their children to be taught
what up, Becca? How you doing, Queen?
To disconnect
Good morning.
from their families as a way to push a slave agenda?
Damn.
It is those same traumas that stick to us, and those same traumas that make us parent from a place of fear rather than comfort. Because if I knew that my baby would be sold tomorrow or today, be killed by a police officer simply for being black, or that I just had to afford my child's next meal, my priority in parenting would only be to survive.
And I think that's a reality for a lot of, I mean, certainly for my family, you know, it was survival, you know, and I think when you're in a survival state, it's really hard to think about what is or, you know, isn't the right way to do shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you're just literally just trying to make it to the next fucking month, you know. It's hard to plan for the future when you're always thinking about survival and such on, you know. I heard someone say that Black Americans have been allowed to parent their own kids. Have only been allowed to parent their own kids for, yeah, that's facts. Damn. When you put it like that, Jesus Christ. Because before then they couldn't really, I mean, they could, but they couldn't, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, how slavery works. But yeah, that would explain why I have my mom and granny's tendencies. I've been around them the most during my childhood. Really? That's what's up. What kind of tendencies did you pick up, Cam?
Not to thrive. And I would have to witness the survival and the parents and the caregivers that I worked with. I would see family trees with branches of addiction, abuse, neglect, and limited attachment. And so I was seeing an influx of behavioral disorders that showed up in children that looked like mania, bipolar, ADHD, and ODD. The treatment focus was always in repairing the caregiver and child relationship. And really thinking about what were caregivers holding on to themselves.
Damn.
And so I had to begin to ask the people that I work with and myself questions like, tell me a little bit about your family tree. Are there times that you wish that your mother and father had showed up for you and they didn't?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Watching that damn, bro, this is kind of moving. Watching that to her question, are there times where you wish where your parents had shown up for you? I was watching that documentary last night, and I was about Kanye West and how his mom, she believed in him so much, you know what I'm saying? And I just wish I had that growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, she believed in him so much that he wanted to be a rapper, and she knew some of his early rap songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she was rapping it to him. Like, he was remembering it from her rapping it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of dedication, that kind of like belief in your son, you know, in your child, you know what I'm saying? When I saw that, I was just like, damn, bro, this kind of hurts right now, because I didn't even know mother-son relationships could look like this. I didn't even know they could look like this, you know? And I was just like, I can't lie. I was a little envious. I was a little jealous. I was a little hurt by seeing that, you know? I was a little triggered, you know? And it sucks, man. It sucks. It fucking sucks. My mom gets to date. My brother gets to date, but because I'm the last child and the only daughter, I'm not allowed. So that forced me to date online and keep it secret due to her not trusting me with a guy I picked. And now she just doesn't. She gets no supervision over the guy you pick because you're not even going to tell her, which inadvertently makes you more exposed and more vulnerable to people who are not, you know, healthy. You know, so it's kind of like you stabbing yourself, you know, which is crazy. She is, you know what I'm saying, because she's getting the exact result that she does not want by doing what she thinks is best. You know, yeah.
Are you giving your children a childhood that they will have to recover from? And those answers were really hard in real time, because I found myself doing things naturally, like a body reflex. I would get mad and scream and yell at my kids, and then on the opposite end, I wouldn't give them boundaries at all. It was draining. I knew that I had to continue the journey of self-healing.
It's crazy because, like, she's aware of these things that are wrong, and she still, like she said, she has a bodily reflex, or she does things out of habit, you know, where she's not giving her kids boundaries and shit. It's like you can be aware of said problems and still not be able to fix said problems. So it's like you got to be able to not only unpack that, but, you know, make it practical for yourself, you know, and have, like, I guess, applicable skills and practices for yourself, you know? Yeah, my mom always makes my decisions seem so bad. That's why I don't talk to her unless I really yeah, bro. It's like, oh God, you gonna do this? You gonna do that? You just immediately feel complete shame. It's like, okay, I guess. Are we pushing triggers today, I heard? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Thinking about parenting and the damage my parents did makes me never want to have kids. I never want to be responsible for someone. Yeah, same. That's kind of where I'm at, Kenzie. And I'm like, before I have kids, I want both of us, both me and my future partner, to go to therapy. Like, I just think it's so important. And I think in order to really deal with these kind of things, you gotta have someone to talk to and be open to talking to them about it. But yeah.
And when I was done, this is what it looks like in real time. It meant me giving quality time with my children versus quantities of time. It meant me indulging in their framework of learning, which was play, and giving them positive attention. It meant me apologizing for mismanaging my temper. There is nothing more humbling than doing something wrong to your child, sitting with that guilt, coming back to them and saying, I'm sorry. It forced me to stop using a belt.
Wow. My mom, who else mom didn't say sorry in the household? Like it was against the rules. Who else didn't say sorry, bro? That's a generational curse too, man. Fuck, all that shit is the entire temperament, mindsets around parenting. All that shit is generational curses, bro. Because it's like if you carry that shit on from your parents, and it's a like to the point where it's a bodily response, a bodily like thinking on how to deal with problems, or you're not even like thinking about it really. Man, that's crazy. Like imagine, it's Michi. Like imagine your mom. Like I had my mom apologize to me too for the like not for the first time, but like legitimately, and it felt so good. It felt like healing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like not one of those apologies that they're making themselves feel as the victim of the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just owning it and saying apologizing. That shit is so healing. It's like we were robbed of that as kids. You know, that's gonna fuck around and make your kid do the same thing to somebody else. You know. And my mom growing up, my mom would gaslight the fuck out of me out of saying an apology. Like I do no wrong. You can't call me a liar. I'm like, you tell me lying is bad, and then you lie to me all the time, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the fuck is going on here, parent? You know what I'm saying? It's like how? What do you really like? In your inability to take accountability for your actions, your guilt, your own guilt, you're propelling the same generational curse that you had put on you, you know? So it's like we got to learn to deal with our shit, you know? We got to learn to deal with that shit. And I'm trying my good God honest hardest to really be able to unpack that in a way that, you know, is going to make my life and possibly my future kids' life a lot better, and so on and so forth. My mom never apologized to me in my life. She just come in, you want to get food, or I'm going to the store. You want to come with? Yeah. Here's some food. Your dinner's ready. Are you hungry? Head ass. I'm like, girl, if you don't come in here and apologize to me, hungry for an apology. Mine never did. She just asked if I wanted some from the store, like nothing happened. Yeah, same. Yeah, same. They asked what you want to eat. It's crazy how we all have that same memory, bro. Like we all had that same relationship with our parents. And I mean, you know, I think it's wrong. I think parents should be able to say sorry. I think we should have that communication, you know what I'm saying? But it's like they couldn't build a relationship for themselves that they never had built for themselves, you know, especially if the information isn't readily available. Especially if you're only focusing about surviving, it's really hard to spend time thinking about how to have a better relationship with your kid. You know, you're just trying to control them so you can fucking continue to survive, you know? And yeah, it's sad, bro. I appreciate you guys sharing your stories in chat, bro. I really do, man. Mom also be like, I pay for these phones. They aren't, ain't no privacy around here. Yeah. That's like not giving your kid any boundaries. Not okay. Never heard my parents say a single sorry for nothing they did. Mental abuse, no sorry. They don't say sorry because the parent, and it feels it feels disrespectful to them to say sorry. Yeah. Like as if I'm such a lowly human being that for you to have to respect me is disrespectful to you, which is like, literally, like what kind of relationship? What are you telling your kid about his own self-worth if he isn't worthy of your apology, you know? And she never gave me space. She never let me process my emotions alone. I had to mask it and move on. Yeah, same, Franny. I feel your pain, sis. Yeah, Goofy, it's really painful to find out your parents aren't the people they made themselves out to be, even if they're more or less. Yeah. Keep up these Mindful Mondays, big dog. Excellent discourse. That Twitch doesn't have enough of. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm trying my best. You know, I never want to come off as like preachy or therapy-y, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm just dealing with my shit too, you know? I don't have all the answers, and I don't want to, you know, perpetuate any negativity or processing information negatively, you know? I want people to just be able to be aware so they can, you know, then do something about it, you know? So thank you. I appreciate that though, bro. She does that too. Like, you lie to me, but when I do it, it's a sin. Yeah, bro. I hate that shit, bro. I hate that shit, bro. I hate it, bro. That shit was so infuriating as a kid, bro. My mom would say sorry every now and then for small things. Sometimes I was confused but accepted them. After what she had told me a couple of weeks ago, she fought her battles with the generational curse. I wasn't aware. Wow, that's dope, man. It's over. Y'all get to talk about that now too. You know, they did say sorry, but they never meant it. It was it's so whenever I'm wronged, I hear the word sorry, I get heated because 9 times out of 10 it's not genuine. Yeah. And even if it is genuine, it's like you need so much more proof now because all your sorries from your childhood were not true, you know? And that's ultimately you dealing with your own trauma, you know? Yeah, there are times as a kid where you feel more adult than your parents because your mom, nigga, I can't tell you, bro. And it's like at that point, they'll try, like I told that to my mom before. I was like, I feel like I'm the adult in the situation. And she got disgusted with me. You know, she couldn't deal with that shame. And it's like, I'm not saying it's to shame you. I'm saying it so you can be aware so we can do something about this because I don't want to live my life and I don't want to have this kind of relationship with you. But yeah, definitely there are times where especially with narcissistic parents, bro, because kids know right from wrong sometimes, bro. And it's like, if you can't be that, then you can't be accountable to the things you tell me are right and wrong. Then what does that say about you? You know? My dad apologized once, and it was after I wrote him a letter that kind of explained how hurt I was, and could tell that he truly meant it, and he never felt more healed at that moment. Wow. Damn, that's crazy. The truth is a lot of parents can't admit it. A lot of people can't let their egos go enough to do that. They're also yeah, they are all traumatized people dealing with their trauma, but yeah. Thank you, Professor. I appreciate that, man. I try my best, bro. Now I'll be fine. My dad did the whooping. My mom does the pinches and manipulation talking. Sounds familiar. This made me the quiet child out of all the loud voices in the house. This is why I also feel stuck because my friends don't have room for me to stay. So it's like I'm doomed in the house where I live. I don't know how to leave. I don't know how to escape. I don't know how I'll ever meet my long distance boyfriend. I mean, I wish I could say that your story was, you know, something I've never heard before, you know, but I feel that way too. I couldn't wait to turn 18, bro, so I can start doing shit and get the fuck out of her house. And it just, for me personally, it didn't work out that way. But there is hope. There is hope. Life does get better. Life does get easier. You get more choices to make, and you'll find a way, you know. And I know that's not probably what you want to hear, but yeah.
To use disciplinary strategies that were based upon teaching and modeling the behavior that I wanted to see. I adjusted my expectations to meet where they were developmentally, and most importantly, I let them be little, with the understanding that they are still growing and learning, and I am too.
Facts. We all are.
Guess what? It's working.
Wow.
Not perfectly, because there are times that I still take my time outs and I still have to tag team my husband, and sometimes I simply lose my shit. But I always keep a mental health framework in mind. I began at the same time to go online and showcase my wisdom through pictures. I began to.
There's a quote I heard that says we judge ourselves by by our intentions, but we judge people by other people by their actions. And I feel like it's easy for parents to do that because I feel like it's their job to judge you, but never to judge themselves. Yeah.
To mix a little bit of that with my education, my background, and knowledge, and it's there where I branded my motherhood magic.
I want to thank everybody for being here today, and I understand that these topics can be tough, so I appreciate every single one of y'all so much for being here and being vulnerable, and thank you.
Place where parents could go to challenge the ideas that they heard from their ancestors, and if they were of benefit, people were willing to keep them. But if they learned something new, they were willing to let it go. At the same time, I transitioned into a school setting.
Loco Coco, thank you for the follow.
And I began to educate teachers on meeting the social and emotional needs of children in the classroom, and that we build a child's academic success by meeting their most basic needs, especially ones rooted in relationship building. And so for me, my awakening has came from reparenting, going back to the place in which I was wronged as a child and telling her, I'm sorry that happened to you. I want my daughters to know that the best gift that I can give them is the gift of mending myself. I am no good to anyone if I am no good to myself.
Woo.
When I think of
God damn, that is it, bro. That is the quote of the day, bro. We just started. Can we get some ums in the chat, nigga? I am no good to anyone if I am no good to myself. God damn it. God damn it. Oh my God. As someone who is so hard on themselves. Oh shit. That was like, you know, we all have those moments where you hear something and it just immediately clicks in you, and it just like opens up a new perspective, a new doorway of a line of thinking. I am no, like, to put it in that parameter just makes it so fucking clear, bro. Like, if I am no good to myself, I'm no good to anyone. So I need to be good to myself. So I need to be good to myself, because in order to help people, which is what I want to do, I need to help me. Thank you, Justice. Damn, that's a fire quote, bro.
About the values that I want to leave my children, they are those of self-love. I want my girls to know that they can't pour from an empty cup.
Keep going, girl.
Woo. And so,
yes,
I want for you guys to challenge yourselves, to show up stronger as individuals. And something.
What up, Asha? How you doing, Queen? Good to see you again. Forehead kiss.
I like to teach people around me and adults around me, because I think at some point we're all responsible for touching the life of a child, even if you're not a parent yourself. So think of it like this. When you get on an airplane, in case there's an emergency, before you place the oxygen mask on your child, you place it on yourself first. You are no good to anyone if you can't do the work for yourself. Because you have to show up better as an individual. Individually, you will be able to show up stronger in your family. Your family will be able to build stronger communities, and the communities will be able to build the resiliency of an entire culture, starting with our youngest people.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
There's an antidote to the curse.
That's a movement. That's a movement.
And it starts with you.
Ooh.
Hello, my name is Brandy Wells, and I'm an independently licensed social worker and conscious mother of 3.
Yes.
I live in King Lincoln District with my husband and 3 daughters, where my mother and her siblings were raised by my grandmother and grandfather. I am filled with so much gratitude tonight, and I hope that you hear my purpose in life, and it's worth sharing. Thank you.
Yes, yes. God damn it. God damn it, bro. Wow. Do we need to have a second to talk about that, to digest that for a second? Jesus Christ. Wow. Brandy fucking Wells. That was an amazing talk. Right on time. Right on fucking time, too. Right on fucking time, bro. Right on time, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. God God damn, that was amazing, bro. Excellent video. Oh my God. That was amazing. I love that, bro. I love that, bro. And I think that was extremely enlightening. And I think that we need to talk more about that shit, bro. We need to talk more of that shit, bro. Yeah. Damn, that was, I mean, that might have been too good to start off with. Cause goddamn, like, where do you go from there? Where do you go when you start at the top? God damn it. Y'all okay, chat? You we good, bro? I think that was a net positive though. I am triggered. I won't lie to you. I'm fucking triggered. I'm triggered for sure. But net positive. Just say, thank you for the get this up to Monty. Appreciate you, bro. Makes me think about how I parent my little ones. Definitely something to think about, bro. I think any parent should watch that video twice, 3 times, nigga, once a month. Cause that shit is really enlightening. I think it's for the best that we be the best for ourselves so we can be the best for our child. Yeah, man. And I know that's hard. I know that's fucking so, I know that's so hard, especially under capitalism where everybody is meant to starve and suffer. And sometimes all you can think about is surviving. I have tears. I'm sorry, Justice. I hope you're okay. If you got need to take a break from the stream, I won't take it. I won't take it personally at all, bro. At all. K Smooth, what's good? How you doing, my boy? Shout out to the parents. Yeah, shout out to the parents. Y'all doing hard work, bro. Y'all doing hard work for sure, bro. I'm good. Good to see it, bro. If you can't say sorry as a parent, I mean, you don't really respect your kids. I mean, that's how I feel when I think about my mom. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, you don't respect me enough to say sorry. Bob, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Super late, but hey, chat, it's all good. All of this entire vibe will be on my my Mindful Monday YouTube channel where we post all the old VODs. So if you guys want to catch up, you guys miss a moment, you got to run. Make sure you tap into the Mindful Monday YouTube channel. It's right now it's just VODs. Right now it's mostly just like VODs uploaded, but eventually I'll get some of that broken down, and we'll do some other stuff on there as well, more mindful practices and all kind of shit. And that'll be kind of like a home for that. So I think that's the wrong YouTube channel though. Jewel, but I put it in the link right there. But yeah, there it is right there. It's long overdue. It is long overdue. Yeah, I feel you, Justice, and I'm glad you're talking about it, bro. Really at the point where I'm trying to forgive my parents and reparent myself. Yeah, same, bro, same. I've been same, bro. I've been trying really hard to. I've definitely forgiven my parent. I just like now for me, it's kind of hard to forgive, bro. It is hard to forgive sometimes because like if they can't take any accountability for their action, how can I forgive them for something they won't even be accountable to? It's really hard. But it's something I'm working on. I think all I need is it the right channel though? Oh, it is the right channel? Really? Okay, never mind. The one Jewel put in? Really? Oh, this is my gaming channel. The one I put in is the YouTube channel. But yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. I just saw that. Yeah. No, you're good, Ali. You're right. I'm not yelling at you. I saw it late. You know, there's delay, and I'm behind in chat anyways. So yeah, it's really hard. It is. And I think recently I kind of connected. I'll be honest. I connected back with my parent recently. And it seems like we're doing okay. You know, it's definitely not like how it used to be. But, you know, I put a hard barrier down. I was like, if you can't respect me, if you can't be accountable to me, then we will no longer have a relationship, you know? And that was really hard for me to do. It's really hard for me to even say it, you know? But I think it was necessary. And I think, you know, initially when I said that, we stopped talking for almost a year because she refused to do that. But now I think we're in a good space, and I'm hoping that it continues to be that, because I'm not gonna lie, I miss my mom. I did miss my mom a lot, bro. I missed her a ton, you know. Yeah, I missed her a ton, and it's great to finally talk to her and have a conversation. Why is the camera tilted? It's on brand. Cinematic value, aesthetic, whatever, which one matters. Give me a hug. Not Jazzy being nice today. We love to see it. Someone get a camera. Someone get a camera, take a picture. It's on brand. It is. It's goofy. It's goofy as fuck, and I like it. I love it, actually. In fact, I love it. But yeah. All right, y'all ready to? So the next video talks a little bit about. We could dive into, after watching that video, I think it will be okay, because that video was while it was triggering, it wasn't as bad as I thought, as triggering as I thought, and I hope that we're all on the same page with that. I'm just hoping, and I'm just hoping that you guys are doing okay. If you guys do need to take a breather, you need to step away from chat, please do that. Take care of yourself, please. Berziki Q, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? All right, well, gap. What is gap for? But yeah, we're talking. Our next video is trauma not transformed, is trauma transferred. One time, this old lady at the bank called my mom for not teaching me the addresses of where I live, but it was too early in the morning. I forgot to. So when she was called out, she guilt tripped me and said it was my fault for not listening. So I raged and slammed the door in her face because I was fed up. Man, yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough. What's up, Samurai? Yeah, the immediate blame to you is crazy to me. It's just, yeah, I know it's probably messed up, but yeah, didn't feel any type of freedom until after my parents passed. Whew, shit. That's not, I mean, that's tough. I wouldn't blame you for that though. At the same time, like, I don't think you're a bad person for saying that. But I didn't feel any type of freedom until after my parents passed. So if you are blessed to have your parents now, fix your relationship while you can. Do not get like me. Trust that. Respect that. I respect that, Franny. I respect that. Thank you for sharing that. Franny. That's, yeah. Whew. It's getting deep, nigga. We getting mindful today. Hold up. Hey, chat. We getting mindful today, okay? I promise next week will be more. I mean, I don't want to say this is not positive. I don't want to put that kind of connotation on it. Next week will be more lighthearted, I'll try to find something we could talk about that is more lighthearted. And no, you don't have to apologize, Franny. Do not apologize. Do not apologize, please. It is okay. You're entitled. Your feelings are valid. Your feelings are so valid, and you don't need to apologize to us. It's all love, Queen. It's literally all love. You are fine. You are great. You are doing great. And thank you for being so vulnerable enough to share that with us. Seriously, chat. Let her know. Say thank you, bro. God damn it. Anybody in chat, say thank you for sharing. Let's create that kind of culture, bro. Let's create that kind of culture and community where we thank people for being vulnerable and we show them love. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to, who's the bad guy, but we are here to, paint a picture that is good, or give people a way to frame themselves in a different way. W chat, W Venerable. Yeah, bro. Thank y'all so much for being here, bro. W stream, bro. But let's check out this next video. Trauma not transferred is trauma not transformed is trauma transferred.
How many of you have ever held a secret for yourself or for someone else? By a show of hands. And how many of you wish you could tell that secret with no judgment and no paying for it? By a show of hands.
Shit.
Yeah. If you raised your hand and your partner is here, you're on your own. Because now you have to tell them, right?
So, that's a trap card.
I want to take you back 3 generations, where my great-grandmother, as soon as she was of age, she hit puberty. She was married off. And her daughter, as soon as she hit 13, she was married off. And I just listened to one of the most inspirational women to me, Terry Rai, who used this analogy of being in a relay where we are all passing on this baton. And these women in my lives were all passing on this baton of early marriage, of illiteracy, of poverty.
Wow.
That wasn't their choice, but it
Wow.
was the race they were given.
Wow.
Then here comes my mother.
It wasn't, they were passing on the baton of early marriage, illiteracy, and poverty, and it wasn't their choice. But it was a race they were given. Sheesh.
She's given the same baton.
Sheesh.
And at 14, before she hit that age, she knew her fate. So she decided to run off before this time came. Her and her cousin took off to a big city and tried to start a new race for herself. But her dad and her stepmother needed her because she was their ticket to get another cow or another goat. So they come up with a plan to get her back in the village so she can deliver, because that is what girls and women were for.
Wow.
Not educated, of course. They make up this plan, and she travels because she has to be respectful. And on her way there, they literally would throw a lasso around a girl. And once that's around you,
wow,
you're already married off. Tag, you're it. And the rules were you're supposed to now go stay in this house. The transaction takes place, and then you get to meet your husband, who's much older, you've never met.
Wow.
And when they took my mom to this house, she decided.
Wow. Holy shit. Wow.
Decided to change her race and to not take that baton of early marriage. So she got up and sat outside in a courtyard and started singing on top of her lungs. And they thought she had lost it. And because of her stubbornness, she was not marriage material anymore. They were not going to marry off this stubborn woman. And so they sent her back home because she was not good enough for this. And that's when she changed her race. She had 5 kids and hands us a baton of an education. She changes our future. Because she knew this had to end with her.
Mom.
But one thing that was kept going on is this.
That's a WOM.
Silence around it. So here I am as a middle child of 5. I get sexually abused at the age of 11.
Wow. Trigger. I'm sorry. Trigger warning. Sexual abuse. I'm sorry.
And the baton of silence was still with me. So I don't tell anyone. Same way my mom never told us about her history. She tragically died in 2010 in a car accident.
Oh.
And I find out all about this just this last summer when I started talking about my own stuff. 2015, I traveled to Uganda as a therapist. I didn't do my own work because I can just heal everybody else. And as a result, I'm good. I got the resources. I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody else. And as we're talking about mental health and trauma, what are some of the things I can do in this village? They tell me about this 9-year-old in class who had been assaulted the day before. And she was in class the next day like nothing happened.
Wow.
And it turns out in this village,
the baton of silence. Yeah, that definitely. Whew. Spitting.
perpetrator just gives a goat to a parent.
Throw a quick text that says trigger warning. That's actually a good idea. I can do a text box. I'll play it while I do it.
As an apology. And to me, that was a message of telling these girls, you are worth a goat. And that was not okay. So we did our work with this girl, and literally a week later, another 5-year-old who heard about what I had done, her grandmother came and said her daughter had been raped by her grandfather.
Oh my God.
Who was HIV positive. And because they couldn't come up with $5 in the 72-hour span, she couldn't get that pill that could change her life.
Wow.
And it was like looking in a mirror of helping these girls and hearing the 11-year-old in me screaming, what about me? Either you think they deserve more than you do, or you're being a hypocrite, because the work is hard. And the voice was clear. I thought I was just too busy. Once I finish my doctorate, I have 4 kids, I have this and that. I can come back and do this work. But the voice was clear. Why do you get the luxury to wait when they're hurting now?
Wow.
So that's how I started my foundation. And I realized We all carry batons that we didn't ask for, but we have not stopped to wonder, what are we carrying? Generations before maybe have passed on batons of hate for those who don't look like you.
Whoo! Wow,
Political
she is
affiliation that you never questioned.
spitting right now. Jesus Christ. Jeff, thank you for the follow.
How does this affect my community? There's a lot of silence around important issues that we take for granted. Did we ever?
The baton of silence. I pray that I don't pass that on to my children. Man, I think that's what it's all about for me, not being, making sure I'm not a parent. I don't want to pass on any of my batons. I don't want to pass on, the emotional, physical, or verbal abuse, that baton I received, you know what I'm saying? The lack of accountability baton, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I can go all day, This right here is just crazy though. Like it's like, this is from outside of the United States, and it's giving us a different perspective of how things happen in different worlds. And it's just like, it's incredibly sad to think about, how in some instances we are like kind of far behind on, where we should be. And then like think about, other countries that, America has had, and colonizers have had some role in dismantling their countries and structures, and what the real impact on that country is, you know what I'm saying? When it's like you have these, destabilized governments, and how women and children are vulnerable in these places because of that, colonization and destabilization of their nations for resources and political power and gain. And it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Our generation has a lot of work to do in between generation. We have to unlearn our parents' behaviors, establish new behaviors, and make sure to teach your youth better ways. Yeah, definitely. That last video we watched really honed in on that a lot,
Consider why they tell us not to talk about our salaries at work.
Ooh.
Because that keeps women underpaid.
Ooh.
And men paid.
God damn it. She is on point today. Hold up. Say it one more time, sis.
Community.
Hold on. Jesus Christ.
To wonder, what are we carrying? Generations before maybe have passed on batons of hate for those who don't look like you.
Oh.
Political affiliation that you never questioned. How does this affect my community?
Ooh.
There's a lot of silence around important issues that we take for granted. Did we ever consider why they tell us not to talk about our salaries at work? Because that keeps women underpaid and men paid. You could be the first man to say, this is what I'm getting paid. What are you getting paid? Let's do something about that. They've told us to be quiet about religion and politics. Why is that? That's what got us where we are now. We don't know how to have these difficult dialogues. Now it's time to look at the batons we've been passing on. A story is told of a little girl watching her mother making turkey and baking it, whatever they do with turkeys. You can tell I don't cook. And so she would cut off the legs and the wings before baking it. And the little girl said, why do you do that? And mom looks up and says, I actually don't know. My mom always did it that way. Let's ask mom. Why did you do that, Grandma? I don't know. My mom did it that way. 3 generations later, great-grandma did not have a big enough pot.
Wow.
And so all these other generations were throwing away really good meat. Because of traditions, we didn't stop to question, why do we do what we do?
Wow, that is such a beautiful picture she just painted right there. Wow. They all cut their mom's their turkey the same way because of something that their grandma experienced, and they never questioned it. You know what I'm saying? So that way they passed on that tradition of cutting it down, even though they cut the wings and the legs off the chicken because the mom didn't have a pot. There was no use for the tradition. That's why we must question tradition. We must question it. We cannot be so blindly led by our own traditions and our own ideals that were passed on to us. We must question them all and ask ourselves, is this right? Is this valid? Why do we do this? You see what I'm saying? Damn. And I'm sure there's probably things in your family, that are not turkey related, but that you guys do. The baton of silence, you know what I'm saying? The baton of whatever, you know what I'm saying? That is passed on to you that you don't question. And that's what ultimately Mindful Monday is about. It is about that enlightenment, that understanding, so you can question why do we do this? Why do we do this? You see what I'm saying? That's beautiful, bro. What are we talking about? My bad. I'm like, it's all good. We're talking about generational curses and passing on traditions that we don't even question, that, you know, sometimes are very harmful, like not talking about sexual assault, or, you know, or baton of silence, where you don't speak up when you have been hurt or wronged in some way, you know, or the baton of not being accountable to your children, you know, or to other people, you know what I'm saying? Stay flexible. Yeah, neuroplasticity. Stay flexible in your thoughts and be willing to learn. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. For me, that is what it's all about, bro. That's at the very core of who I am, man. And I really try my best to create an environment where we can all come here and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? As I'm doing it in real time. I don't have all the fucking answers. Like I always say, I don't have the fucking answers. I'm just here to talk, you know what I'm saying? And maybe start some conversation, spark some ideas, spark someone questioning their belief system, you know what I'm saying? And why they think the way they think, you know? Jeff, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you, man. She is in fact incredible. She is in fact incredible. Mental illness is common in my maternal family, but no one talks about it. They asked my mama why she took my brother and I to the doctor and why she allowed us to get treatment. I'm like, why not? Yeah, seriously. Like, oh, in the Black community, like therapy is looked down upon. Why is therapy looked down upon? Why is that a tradition? Why do we need to keep this? You see what I'm saying? We don't. It's on to us. We can paint our own futures. We can build a community and a culture that is about questioning tradition and status quo and ultimately trying to build the best future for ourselves. But it's like, it's so hard to do that when you got a mass media, you got people not even being able to question their own environments because they're just so busy worried about surviving. You know what I'm saying? We can do it though. I have faith. I have revolutionary optimism. I believe that, and it's only going to come through connection. It's only going to come through connection and love and building boundaries and questioning those barriers, because we can, bro. Because they see therapy as crazy. It sucks. Yeah, they do. It's wild. I digress. Let's watch the video.
It served a purpose then. It doesn't now. How often do we stop and question the things we think and believe? Especially when they oppress other people.
Mm-hmm. Especially when they oppress other people. That is so fucking important. Especially when they oppress other people. We have to. That's the only way we can build a society that is built for us, all of us, is we have to question that shit. Because people in power, and whether you believe it or not, there are varying levels of privilege, you know, and privilege is basically power in society that allow you to not see what you might be doing that is attributing to, you know, someone else's oppression. You know what I'm saying? So like I always say, privilege blinds, because it does. Like you can't see it. You really, like as a man, as me, I have male privilege. You know what I'm saying? I'm a light-skinned black man. I have light-skinned black privilege because my proximity to whiteness is closer than someone who is dark-skinned. And for a long time, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? Because I could never put myself in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not dark-skinned. You know what I'm saying? I am black. You know, people know that I'm black, but it's like they're going to treat me a little differently, you know? So it's like, we got to understand our privilege. As a male, like I didn't understand how women, for a long time, I didn't understand how women live such fearful lives, and they have to do certain things because out of fear of men that might harm them. You know, like the way women don't go to the bathroom by themselves, the way women don't, you know, have to check for certain people in certain places, and you know when they're leaving at night, and if they have a clear shot of their car, and et cetera, et cetera. And this is something I don't even think as a man. I don't even think about like at all. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let the women in my life teach me, you know what I'm saying? I had to be teachable, you know, in those scenarios. And I think that's all it was all about. And it like from the bottom to the top, like there's somebody you probably have, if you're straight, you have some kind of privilege over, you know, LGBTQP. If you're cisgendered, you have some kind of privilege over, you know, trans people. So it's like, we need to talk about this and we need to understand it in order to fix it and make it better. You know, I feel like I'm talking today a lot. Is this clicking for y'all? But I'm just really passionate about this, and I just really feel like the answer is right there in our face, bro. If we could just get more people to talk about this kind of thing, bro. You know, like if and I know, like I'm not like I said, I don't have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But you know,
to us to create a next generation
love you too, Sammy.
that will have to Google what racism is, that will not understand what sexism oppress other people.
Wow, she's spitting, bro.
Think and believe, especially when they oppress other people. It is up to us to create a next generation that will have to Google what racism is, that will not understand what sexism you're talking about was. LGBT community that will not know what a closet is, because everybody is welcome. Open,
yes.
can have the difficult dialogue with respect and love for the other. What is the baton you're holding?
If y'all hearing facts, make sure y'all say nigga. That's the Mindful Monday. God damn it, bro. God damn it.
And about to pass on without looking, analyzing, so we can realize a better future.
Whew.
And so this analogy that I love the most is from a Japanese culture of pottery.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, PR.
Where when it breaks, they fix it with gold. All the cracks are fixed with gold. And to me is an analogy of the wound is where the light comes in, and all the cracks in our lives have been a part of our history. We hold the power to patch them up with gold for one another and for ourselves.
We hold the power to patch them up with gold. Say that one more time. Hold on, one more. She is so eloquent in the way she's speaking. I am enthralled with this video. This is the best video of the year.
Our lives, the wound, and to me is an analogy of the wound is where the light comes in, and all the cracks in our lives have been a part of our history. We hold the power to patch them up with gold for one another and for ourselves.
God damn.
How are you going to open space for the next person so that we do not have to pass a baton of suffering, of trauma? As she said, trauma not transformed is trauma transferred. It might not have started with us, but it can end with us.
God damn it. Trauma not transferred is trauma. No, trauma not transformed is trauma transferred. It might not have started with us, but it can end with us. That's it.
And we have to start with ourselves.
That's it.
What are you going to do and pass on for the next generation? Because for me, I want my daughters to not have to do this work. Even as I speak up here and talk about my own stuff, I can feel my ancestry, my whole country just gasping. How would you say that in public? Everybody knows your stuff. But I know my girl Brené Brown would be proud. So it is up to all of us to create a future of healing, to be the gold that patches the society in the next generation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. 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 W. Wow. That is extremely fucking moving. That is extremely fucking moving. That was liberating. That was amazing, bro. Amazing. Thank you guys all for being here. Any thoughts? Any questions? Any concerns? I can't believe I ever had the idea of not doing Mindful Monday again. And like, this is just such a part of who I am that I just can't see me not doing it anymore. Like, I don't care who's in here. I don't care how many we have in here. I don't care if we have 20 people in here, bro. This feels like the most right thing I've ever done in my life. Like, this is amazing. I love it. And thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it. check out the Mindful Monday YouTube, bro. We'll have all the videos, the VODs there, so y'all can go check them out. Y'all can look at them. Y'all can share them with your family. It'll all be concise. Working on getting some stuff broken down in the clips. Maybe we can get an editor for Mindful Monday, something like that. I don't know. But I just know that shit was fire, bro. You know, that was fire, bro. Whoo, shit. How y'all feeling? Are we good? We hanging in there? Chat, y'all hanging in there? Y'all good? Y'all good, bro? I'm so glad we hopped on your stream today. Hey, yeah, me too, bro. Thank you for being here, Ayanna. Definitely every Monday, bro, 9 a.m. PST, every single Monday. You can count on me to be here for this. You know, I might be a little late sometimes, but you can always hop in the Discord if you want to. You make sure you get notifications. I usually say if I'm late or something like that. So, yeah, we appreciate for giving us this platform to talk about stuff like this. Hey, I'm happy, bro. This is filling my heart, like in the best way, bro. It really is. Another thing I think about is that there will be some areas I miss as a mother. There will be something from my child that goes through my fault, but I want to be able to teach them and to learn, heal, and grow from it. That's the parent, and that's remarkable. And I think that understanding is you're already miles and miles in front of other parents, you know. And not that it's a competition, but it's like there are some parents who can't even acknowledge that they did anything wrong with their child, or you know that they might mess up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you can even be accountable to that, I mean, I think it's remarkable. I think it's remarkable, and thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Ismichi. Seriously, thank you. All the mothers, all the fathers in the chat. Shout out to y'all, bro. I just randomly stopped by once, and it has been really healing. Hey, well, I'm glad you stopped by, bro. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, man, this is it right here. This is it. This is exactly where I want to be, and what I want to be doing right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we can talk a little bit about what epigenetics is. Epigenetics is, bro. And this is, for me, this is going to get real sciencey, but let's do that. Let's talk about epigenetics, because we talked about that earlier. Hey, Keefe, thank you for the hydrate. I got a little bit of water left. Thank you so much for the hydrate. I need to get up and get some water. But yeah, let's talk about epigenetics, bro, since we talked about that a little bit. And it's basically I guess they're about to explain it, so I shouldn't really say anything, but I should also take this trigger warning off.
Here's a conundrum.
Ooh.
Identical twins originate from the same DNA. So how can they turn out so different, even in traits that have a significant genetic component? For instance, why might one twin get heart disease at 55 while her sister runs marathons in perfect health? Nature versus nurture has a lot to do with it, but a deeper related answer can be found within something called epigenetics. That's the study of how DNA interacts with the multitude of smaller molecules found within cells, which can activate and deactivate genes.
God damn. Activate and deactivate genes. I love science. That's insane.
If you think of DNA as a recipe book, those molecules are largely what determine what gets cooked when. They aren't making any conscious choices themselves. Rather, their presence.
Isn't that crazy, bro? Your genes can be changed by what you experience in life and what happens to you in life. It's crazy.
And concentration within.
And even more so, those things can be passed on to your children. Nigga, that's what I'm saying. This shit is like, nigga, that is, once you have that perspective, it's like, we got to do something about capitalism. It's like, we got to do something, bro. Rich kid, I'm finally back. My teacher was damn near about to take my phone. It's all good, bro. If you don't pay attention in class, nigga.
Cells makes the difference. So how does that work? Genes in DNA are expressed when they're read and transcribed into RNA, which is translated into proteins by structures called ribosomes. And proteins are much of what determines a cell's characteristics and function. Epigenetic changes can boost or interfere with the transcription of specific genes. The most common way interference happens is that DNA, or the proteins it's wrapped around, gets labeled with small chemical tags. The set of all of the chemical tags that are attached to the genome of a given cell is called the epigenome. Some of these, like a methyl group, inhibit gene expression by derailing the cellular transcription machinery or causing the DNA to coil more tightly, making it inaccessible. The gene is still there, but it's silent.
Wow.
Boosting transcription is essentially the opposite. Some chemical tags will unwind the DNA, making it easier to transcribe, which ramps up production of the associated protein.
Wow.
Epigenetic changes can survive cell division, which means that they could affect an organism for its entire life.
Wow.
Sometimes that's a good thing. Epigenetic changes are part of normal development. The cells in an embryo start with one master genome. As the cells divide, some genes are activated and others inhibited. Over time, through this epigenetic reprogramming, some cells develop into heart cells and others into liver cells. Each of the approximately 200 cell types in your body has essentially the same genome, but its own distinct epigenome.
Wow.
The epigenome also mediates a lifelong dialogue between genes and the environment.
Wow. A lifelong dialogue, guys.
The chemical tags that turn genes on and off can be influenced by factors including diet, chemical exposure, and medication.
Bro, that's crazy. Think about that, bro. Think about that, bro. Think about that. It can be changed by your diet, your chemical exposure. And y'all know they be exposing us the fuck out to us to chemicals. You know what I'm saying? Like all these plastic companies, you know, nigga, we eat like a credit card of plastic a day. You know, we getting a lot of chemicals that nobody is really regulating like they should be. But that's neither here nor there. And medications can also do that as well. Crazy.
The resulting epigenetic changes can eventually lead to disease.
The food in the U.S. is poison. Imagine what that's doing to us. And we wonder why cancer rates from the 50s have gone up like tenfold or some shit like that. Something like that. It's crazy stat. It's a crazy stat. And it's like we wonder why 70% of the population is obese. And we wonder why depression and anxiety are an epidemic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what are we doing to each other? What are we doing to us, you know? And for what? For whom? For whom are we doing it for? Because the mass majority of people are not benefiting from this system and how it operates. But who is benefiting from it? We must ask ourselves, who is benefiting from this system and how it operates? And what are they doing to keep that thing the way it is? You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yo, Crispy Spidey, thank you for the raid, bro. I appreciate that.
Wow, bro. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's so love. Thank you so much. How you doing today? We're just talking about epigenetics and generational trauma. I don't know if you guys are ready for that conversation, but we do this every Monday, Mindful Monday. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Well, what is that doing to us, man? What is that doing to us, chat? I don't know, man.
If, for example, they turn off a gene that makes a tumor-suppressing protein.
How's your stream, Crispy?
Environmentally induced epigenetic changes are part of the reason why genetically identical twins can grow up to have very different lives. As twins get older, their epigenomes diverge, affecting the way they age and their susceptibility to disease. Even social experiences can cause epigenetic changes.
Wow, social experiences. Y'all think about what slavery did to black people? If social experiences can cause racism in general to all people, like, can y'all think about how that might affect us and our parents and what that brings down to us? You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely insane, bro. It's absolutely insane. It was a good stream. I was playing AC in fundraising for Color of Change. We're close to 2,000. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations, Crispy. What a great cause. Color for Change. I think I've heard of that before. It sounds familiar. What do they do exactly? I'm just curious. But yeah, man, if you got to go, by all means, go. You don't feel like you're stapled to the computer. I know how it is after the stream. You're ready to go. But thank you so much for being here.
In one famous experiment, when mother rats weren't attentive enough to their pups, genes in the babies that help them manage stress were methylated and turned off.
Wow. So literally, imagine this being your kid.
Experiment. When mother rats weren't attentive enough to their pups, genes in the babies that help them manage stress were methylated and turned off.
What about, imagine that being your child. They don't know how to deal with stress because they weren't given enough attention as kids. That's a possibility, right? Yes, they talk about the telomeres holding on to generations experience of slavery. Of course, it's going to mess you up. Yeah.
And it might not stop with that generation. Most epigenetic marks are erased when egg and sperm cells are formed. But now, researchers think that some of those imprints survive, passing those epigenetic traits on to the next generation.
Wow.
Your mother's or your father's experiences as a child or choices as adults could actually shape your own epigenome. But even though epigenetic changes are sticky, they're not necessarily permanent. A balanced lifestyle that includes a healthy diet,
That is amazing. I love to hear that.
exercise, and avoiding exposure to contaminants may, in the long run, create a healthy epigenome.
Well, two of these we can't really control, which is crazy that we're such an individualistic society because we can't control the quality of food we get. I mean, we can go to the store, but what's at the store is what we buy. You know what I'm saying? Is all we really have. You know what I'm saying? And if all the food at the store is some variation of poison or, you know, discussed to us, what are we going to do? And all our containers have all kind of plastic contaminants on it, all kind of bullshit. All we can really control is our exercise, right? In that instance, and then maybe we don't live next door to a park, or maybe we don't have a swimming pool near us, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or maybe we live in a food desert and we can't get access to food. How much of this control do we really have over ourselves? So how much change can we really affect on our own self, like on a systematic level, you know? How much responsibility do we put on individual choices when we don't really have a choice? You see what I'm saying? Like, limited change. Yeah, very limited change. I mean, and there's people that slip through the cracks. I'm not here to knock nobody's struggle and say that you can't do anything, because I'm always say, do whatever you can. You can do anything, because you'll do a lot more than you could if you didn't believe you couldn't do anything. But what I will say is that this system is fucking rotten and it needs to change. It's rotten. It's rotten. And we shouldn't be handpicking certain success stories like, oh, look, this person made it through. Look, the system must not be broken. We just not working hard. No, they were a lucky motherfucker, bro. And I know people don't like to talk about luck, but I do. I'm lucky to be where I am right now. I'm fucking lucky as hell. And I always say, I have a fucking computer in front of me, podcast level fucking audio, a fucking two monitors. Nigga, how am I not lucky? There are people in the world who will never even see a monitor screen in front of them, let alone be in an apartment, let alone have a roof over their head and have access to food regularly and water that comes to their fucking pipes and a sewage system that takes their shit away after they take a dump. Like, I could never fathom not being lucky. I am infinitely lucky. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely understand and people saying, like, you know, don't try to say luck as, you know, luck did, you know, is the reason why I am where I am because I worked hard. Because work hard and luck are two different things, completely different things, you know? And you can work hard as you want. You can work as hard as you want and still not make your goal, but you can be lucky and not work at all and still make your goal. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think we should even be mad about when people say call us lucky, because we are. I think I'm lucky as hell, you know, or blessed or whatever you want to call it, you know, like, it's like, but to imagine to wake up to me, I say lucky because, like, imagine waking up, like, we don't get to choose where we become conscious in, you know what I'm saying? We just happen to exist where we exist. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I can't, like, in the global framework of things, of course we're lucky, you know? Yeah. Being born in America is lucky. Yeah. I mean, compared to a lot of places. And some people might even say that we're unlucky for being born in America. Let's be honest, because, you know, while America is, quote, the country of freedom, it is also fucking the country of fucking capitalism and white supremacy and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk all day about the bad shit wrong with America, you know, how it's imperialistic, colonistic, you know, policies, you know, have led to so much terror in the world, you know? So, I mean, there's definitely just different perspectives, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to point and say who has it the worst, who has it the best, but it's like, obviously I'm going to hold America accountable for what it's done. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I digress. We're not free. We have the illusion of freedom. We're like fucking North Korea, bro. That's basically what we are. We're in the same situation, bro. Like, it's just different because we have the illusion of freedom, but how much freedom do we have to change the system that we're in? Not very much. When our system is bought and sold by the corporations who buy our politicians, and they're not even honorable to their constituents. They make policy on the basis on who's paying their funding, and the corporations are paying their funding. So how is it that we are so free? We have freedom to choose what kind of food we want. We have freedom to choose, we want Burger King or McDonald's, but what kind of freedom do we actually have if we cannot change the system, the very system that is the fabric of our society? How much change do we have to do that? They say go vote. They got voter restriction laws. They got the electoral college process, which and it basically could potentially negate any winning of certain states. How much change, how much power, how much freedom do we really have? I digress. I'm sorry. I'm going off right now. I'm going off right now. I mean, I hope, Dom. I hope. I hope I'm wrong, but from where I'm looking at right now and how America has gone out of its way to, kill certain governments and uplift dictators and Black Panther Party, fucking Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Frederick Hampton, like all these black leaders, all these leftist leaders, they have decimated. Why they let the KKK live and exist and be free and take off their cloaks and go into politics or go into the policing. And to me, it's not giving what it needs to give. But I'm pretty left. So yeah.
It's an exciting time to be studying this. Scientists are just beginning to understand how epigenetics could explain mechanisms of human development and aging, as well
it's pretty crazy, Dom.
as the origins of cancer, heart disease, mental
this.
necessarily permanent. A balanced lifestyle that includes a healthy diet, exercise, and avoiding exposure to contaminants may, in the long run, create a healthy epigenome. It's an exciting time to be studying this. Scientists are just beginning to understand how epigenetics could explain mechanisms of human development and aging, as well as the origins of cancer.
Spring Out Cop, thank you for the description. I appreciate you. I didn't mean to go off so much there, guys. I hope that wasn't too heavy for you guys, but as you can see, I'm very passionate about this. So yeah, I'm in the middle when it comes to American politics. I agree and disagree with both sides. You speaking facts, Goofy. I just don't think I'm going to be honest, I don't think there's both sides in American politics because everybody's right wing. Even the Democrats are right wing. Like they are the same corporate bullshit. They just say, hey, we acknowledge racism, but hey, let's continue to do all the neoliberal bullshit, that all the Republicans are talking about. It's just a different flavor of right, what I'm saying, in my opinion. But again, I don't want to get too much on that, but I digress. Let's move on.
Heart disease, mental illness, addiction, and many other conditions. Meanwhile, new
Spring, thank you for the sub, bro.
genome editing techniques are making it much easier to identify which epigenetic changes really matter for health and disease. Once we understand how our epigenome influences us, we might be able to influence it too.
Fire W video. I feel like I'm sorry, chat. Did I go too far? Did I go too far in that rant? I feel like I went really far. And maybe some people weren't ready for that. What is an epigenome? It's basically that our environment can basically turn on and turn off different genes in our bodies. And based upon our environment and in our social experiences, they can turn off and turn on genes in our DNA. And those same genes that got turned on or turned off can pass on to our children. So it's basically, it's like a passing of, environmental data, I guess, for lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? That is transcribed into your DNA. So based upon past experiences of your ancestors, it can get pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, chat, for the for the encouragement. By the way, there are people that care about other people and people that don't, and I think it's hard to see which side does that. I don't think it's hard to see which side does. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely not. You spitting? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's basically what we're talking about, nature, and we're going to get more into nature versus nurture. And I'm so excited for this conversation because I have some really interesting people that are going to be talking about some really cool stuff. So let's continue this conversation. First and foremost, after epigenetics, I could not talk about the impact of slavery and what that has done for epigenetics. So we're going to talk a little bit about what is post-traumatic slave syndrome. So let's hear it.
There's a kind of a fundamental basis for post-traumatic slave syndrome. How many of you are familiar with post-traumatic stress disorder? But when we start talking about chattel slavery, we're not talking about one trauma. We're not talking about a specific event. We're talking about generations of trauma with no intervention. Based on what I know about sugar plantations, tobacco, and the Caribbean, what I know about American chattel slavery and the plantations there, does anyone right now ever recall mental health assistance to slaves?
Whew.
Anybody remember sending in the therapist after I sold off your son, daughter?
Oh, goddamn.
Folks. At any point? Never. Second question. After slavery was officially over, now you're free. Anybody remember any therapy then?
No therapy going on.
It's been rough. It's been deep for you.
I agree, Crispy.
It's been difficult. We're going to do a little group therapy. Anybody?
All right, Rich, thanks so much for hanging out, bro. I appreciate you. Have a good night, bro. Or a good day at school. Trying to pay attention in class, man. I appreciate you stopping by the stream, though. Thanks so much, man.
Remember that.
Have a good one.
That would be no. Number 3, after slavery officially ended, both in the States, in the Caribbean, the British ended, do you remember whether or not trauma continued? Did the trauma continue for people of African descent? I need to know.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's do the math. Hundreds of years of trauma, no treatment. Freed, more trauma, no treatment. What do you do the math? Do you think there may be residual impacts of that trauma?
Fuck yes.
Of course there is. It didn't end, friends, and it hasn't ended yet. So I think on one point, after
Hey, all love, Ace Michi. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I appreciate you for being so awesome and open and vulnerable. All love.
African people and people of African descent are extremely resilient. Matter of fact, I think we're a miracle.
Talk about that. Say it one more time. Say it. During Black History Month? He's spitting right now. Hold on.
Yet. So I think on one point, African people and people of African descent are extremely resilient. Matter of fact, I think we're a miracle.
Whew.
Far be it for us to pathologize or to look and cast this idea of weak and sick people. Oh, on the contrary, I'm profoundly resilient because we've done everything we've done thus far with no help.
Talk your shit, Queen.
With not even the ability to have this discussion.
Woo.
As though it were possible we escaped injury in all those hundreds of years. And the years that follow. So this kind of journey I'm going to take you on is going to be one that really gives a perspective on what this trauma was, what it looks like, and clinically, what is post-traumatic stress disorder? What does it look like? Now, let me give you a little snapshot. We'll get into it in more depth a little later. But post-traumatic stress disorder, if in fact you are diagnosed with that, again, remember, direct or indirect trauma, here are some of the symptoms. A feeling of foreshortened future. Now, what does that mean? A feeling what?
Damn. Y'all ever feel like that?
You're not going to live long. How many of you are running into young people
God
that
damn. I be feeling like that all the time.
don't believe they're going to make it past their 20s? Feeling of foreshortened future. Exaggerated startle response. Outbursts of anger. Difficulty falling or staying asleep. Hypervigilance. Right? These are symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. This is like DSM stuff, Diagnostic Statistical Manual Mental Disorders. It's in there. And there's a whole listing of all these symptoms. Now, I want to roll it back So you can understand what the transmission theory is, because I'm going to talk about transmission. So how does a person that's been traumatized by post-traumatic, literally has a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder, and can we, if we are logical and we are reasonable people, assume that a fair number of Africans had to have had post-traumatic stress disorder?
Oh,
you think?
without a doubt.
I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about them. Untreated, though, right? Okay, so now let's do the math. Mom, who saw dad sold or sister raped, has post-traumatic stress disorder. Still mom, though, right?
Oh, my God.
Only mom now has outbursts of anger, feeling of foreshortened future, difficulty falling or staying asleep, hypervigilance. That would be mom. Now, Johnny.
My mom was so traumatized, I think, that she never slept in a room in our house. Like, speaking of hypervigilance, she never slept in a room in our house. Like, she would always sleep in the living room because she was so scared somebody might break in. She wanted to be the first person to see them when they walked in. And thinking about that is like crazy, bro. Like, holy shit.
Or Mary as Shaquisha does outbursts of anger, feeling of foreshortened future, difficulty falling or staying asleep, hypervigilance. That would be mom. Now, Johnny or Mary as Shaquisha did not have the original trauma. But what are they learning? This is called social learning theory. What am I normalizing? Exaggerated startle response, outbursts of anger. Are you following me?
Yes.
So I didn't have to be traumatized. Now, the other thing is, do you think Johnny and Mary got traumatized too?
And that's not even talking about epigenetics, because that can pass on and as well. So it's not even social. It's not only a social learning theory, it's also epigenetics, which is also playing a fact in their temperament, their shortness of anger, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's really no way to argue against it. On some form or some way, we're passing down, our social experiences to our children, whether it's through our own actions or through epigenetics, and how can you not account for that as a system issue? We can't, how do you not account for that? Well, I just got here with discussing some family trauma. Yeah, we're talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome right now and the effects right now.
Do you see? So what happens in your environment, you learn from the significant others in your environment. And if they're broken, guess what you're going to be?
Broken.
You're learning from broken people. And you're normalizing that behavior. And then it becomes, years later, 2008, that's their culture.
That's a hell of a thing to end on. God damn. That's their culture. Something to think about, guys. Something to think about. I only found out in my 20s that my mom walked across her graduation stage pregnant, and her baby dad was a deadbeat. Wow, that's crazy. Not to mention new traumas affect. Yeah, so you got new traumas and you got your old traumas. Like, that's a lot of baggage you got to deal with. Let's keep talking about this topic. It's very interesting. Y'all find this interesting? Can I get a in the chat if you find this interesting?
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Oh, we got her in HD now. Let's go. What's up, sister?
Post-traumatic slave syndrome is an explanatory theory that really looks at multi-generational trauma. One of the things that's difficult for people is their first response is, oh my God, that happened so long ago. We're talking about people being captured, shipped, sold, beaten, raped, experimented on.
Wow.
And then you have to ask the question, did the trauma continue? Yes, so 300 years of trauma, no help, freed. No help, more trauma. If it's a sustained trauma, then the impact of that is also sustained. When we look at multi-generational trauma, we're looking at people who are maybe victims of natural disasters and their families and their children and generations of folks who have experienced war. And we know that there are residual mental, emotional, traumatic impact.
Wow.
And what I did was I started to look at the African-American experience, starting with slavery, as a real clear, long enduring trauma. So I started to see that there were clear connections between that survival.
What is her name? Let me figure out right now. Her name is Dr. Joy DeGroy. I think that's how you say it. That's her name right there.
behavior and contemporary living in African American experience, I started to see common behaviors that I took for granted as, well, cultural. There's adaptive behaviors, survival behaviors. Well, what are they? Let's just say 2019, you have a black mother and a white mother. The sons go to school together. They find themselves at a meeting. The black mother leans over to the white mother and says, I just wanted to mention to you that I noticed that your son is really doing quite well. And the white mother's response is, oh, thank you. She begins to go on and on about he won the science fair, his uncle's an astronaut. She's just oozing. She realizes the black mother's son is actually excelling her son. And she says, well, wait a minute. Your son's the one that's really coming along. And the black mother responds, oh my God, he's a handful, but oh, he just works my nerves. Now, when I'm working with African
Anybody can relate to that? Anybody can relate to that? Anybody had that same memory? Hold up.
American people, it doesn't matter what the audience is. It doesn't matter.
Wow, that is crazy. That's crazy specific. You know, that's let's see what she has to say. Hold on.
Now, when I'm working with African American people, it doesn't matter what the audience is. It doesn't matter what class. If I were to ask, is she very proud while she's saying those denigrating things? And everybody laughs and goes, of course, there's a secret. Because everybody black knows that even though the black mother is going, oh my God, she's really proud.
Yeah.
So now let's roll that scene back 300 years. And let's say this black mother is working in the fields and a white slave owner comes through and says, wow, that boy is really coming along. What is she gonna say? No, he's not. He's stupid. He's shiftless. He can't work because I don't want you to sell him. So I denigrate them to protect them.
Shit.
That is called appropriate adaptation when living in a hostile environment.
Wow.
The little white boy, say Timmy, you know, he feels really comfortable and happy about what his mom just said about him. And Trey looks at his mom and wonders, why can't you be proud of me?
Oh my God, that is so triggering. Oh my God, that is so triggering. Wow. Wow. Shit. Whoo, shit. Wow. That is...
Because he doesn't understand the secret yet. And by the time he learns the secret, he will have already been injured by it.
Woo.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Golly. He doesn't understand the secret. And by the time he figures out the secret, he will already be injured by it. Damn.
PTSD is a disorder that occurs as a result of a single trauma. You don't even have to be there to actually get a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder. You could just hear about something horrific happening to someone you love. So you have people who have experienced it firsthand, people who have witnessed it in their environment, right? People who are continuing to be oppressed. That exacerbates any possibility of healing. So it's not post-traumatic stress disorder, because then it becomes part of what we call your socialization process. So you begin to normalize a way of living and being, everything from what we eat to what we believe it means to be a friend. You know, all of these things are colored by history. And if you don't understand it, you're going to fold in things that you've just assumed are normal. But post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, exaggerated startle response, outbursts of anger, feeling of foreshortened future. There was a point where there were, African American children in different urban settings that didn't expect to live to be adults. Because
Wow. She really wrapped this shit up for us. She really wrapped this shit up for us.
they saw so much death that they started planning their funerals like at 13, 12, as young as 10. When you start looking at the simple biology, you start looking at the impact of stress on health. And while we look at general stress, we know finances, you have illnesses, all these different things. How about being black? How does factoring in being black in America impact your stress level and therefore your body's ability to operate its own immune system?
Whew. God damn. Can you...
Because we know it compromises the immune system. Once you understand it, then you can deal with it. Because you see, it's habitual. You socialize. It becomes part of your being. So one of the ways you begin to address that multi-generational trauma is to work with the people it directly impacts, to hear from them. And when you give the people the information, they can use it. I think the first order of business is beginning to have a conversation. And the other is to educate the larger society. You have to stop the assault. So this is not purely a clinical thing. This requires social justice and change.
Yes.
That's where part of the healing is.
Yes. Yes. It's not a clinical setting or an appeal. It's about social justice and change.
In a clinical setting or in a pill. It's in fairness and justice and safety and equity. We got to work with some of those clinical things, some of those issues of panic and anxiety. And we also have to deal with the fact that you have a system that is set up to oppress you and to continue to injure you. Both those things have to be dealt with. And they cannot singularly by themselves affect a change. They have to be done collectively.
Wow. That is, yeah, that's it right there, Chief. That's it right there, bro. That's it right there. So I have a plethora of videos I can continue to show you guys. I think I'm going to show you guys perhaps 2 more. We got 2 more in this. What are your thoughts on that? I know I saw Allie say that she's going to buy this girl's book because that was truly profound, and I agree. I agree. I honestly believe that that what she's saying is facts, and I felt like when I saw the little boy say that he felt like his mom wasn't proud. I can remember feeling that same feeling as a child. That same feeling as a child and feeling as though that I wasn't enough for my mom, to be praised. I remember looking at, for lack of in the specific example, looking at Timmy, like, why doesn't my mom feel proud of me like that? You know what I'm saying? That kind of ties back into what I was saying about, Kanye and his mom, but it's like, why doesn't my mom love me like that? Why can't she vocalize that? Why do I have to be a handful? Why can't I be good enough to be praised? Why am I not worthy of praise? Why am I, and I think, that was my mom passing on her batons, and that she got from her mom and so on and so forth. And I think, having it framed in the way as, with the understanding of, we were once slaves in this country, it just makes me infuriated that I had to deal with this trauma from my mom for not, some mistake of my mom alone, but that it was because that something was afflicted upon my people, my family, my people, and that was never righted. So now I have to deal with this pain, this trauma, because that was never righted. And I know there's a bunch of little black boys and girls out there, but that will have to experience that same trauma again because the initial trauma was never righted. So how is it are we expect to fit into this world as black people, and not be constantly enraged, like how do you expect us to sit on our hands and simply take that, and not feel any type of way about it, chalk it up all to individual choices, when there's so much science about it, whether it's social theory or it's social learning theory or it's epigenetics, like which one are you going to try to debunk first, and you're talking to scientists here, you're talking about the socialists, social workers, whatever the word is, clinical social workers. It's people who study this on the very fringe of science, and I mean, our society has never been about science, really, but it's crazy, bro. It's crazy to think about, bro. I think it's a great conversation to be had during Black History Month. I hope you guys take something from this and begin to, to talk about it a little bit with your fans, your friends or family. Because the more people talking about it, the more people connecting about certain things, the more we can affect change and the faster we can affect change. I think the people in power really benefit off of silence, and that's why they say don't talk about religion, don't talk about politics, because they benefit off of silence. They benefit off of it. That is what keeps the power in the same, in the same system, in the same people, because we're not talking about it. Nobody's talking about it, right? So how can we change things? You know what I'm saying? And they can and granted, it'll change eventually, you know what I'm saying? But they can kind of dictate how that change happens and when that change happens, and based upon the information that we do or do not get, or I should say the misinformation that we do or do not get. You see what I'm saying? Interesting. Sweatshirt Shardy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Interesting, man. Very interesting to me, man. It's very interesting to me. One of the best things I've learned that we get better with the generation. Most times our parents are improvements of our grandparents. Example, great grandparents were physically abusive, so their kid was better by never hitting their kids. Emotionally manipulative, leading to their kids not being emotionally manipulative and emotionally absent. And then your goal is to do better than you saw. Exactly. And I have revolutionary optimism, bro. I have revolutionary optimism. I know we can change this shit, bro. Happy Black History Month. Yeah, what's good? How you doing? Future, he said history and future. We love that. Oh, Black Future Month. That's a spin on that I've never heard, and I absolutely love it. The last child feels judged the most, which is why I am mostly looked at as a little girl and grown body, because the little me hasn't healed. But my BF is trying his best to tell me it's okay, and I'm trying to help me get out of it. But there's just so much baggage that I wish was viable to be seen. I don't have to keep explaining. Yeah, I feel you, and that's tough, bro. That's tough. That's really tough, man. I wish we all had therapy. Like reparations, a reparation plan is looking like money, therapy, and what else, y'all? What else y'all want for reparations, bro? Let's talk about what are you getting for reparations for Black History Month, or for being Black in America for the last 400 years. God damn, bro. That's annoying, bro. Okay, all right. So do I want to watch this video? I think we're going to watch this video right here. So this is going to talk a little bit about epigenetics again, but it's also going to touch on nature versus nurture. And then we're going to get into another kind of genetics myth video. And then we'll wrap it up with some Lisa Nichols. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. If you guys missed any of the conversation, the VOD will be uploaded to my Mindful Monday YouTube channel. Y'all can check that out if y'all want to, I'm just getting that started, getting things going and shit like that. So y'all can check it out. If y'all want to catch any of the old Mindful Monday VODs, they'll all be there. You can check them out whenever, play them whenever, open conversations. They're basically just VODs right now, but eventually we're going to get to a space where we can, make some more polished content with it. I'm just doing gaming right now, doing anime right now. So my goal is to have like anime gaming mindfulness as like my 3 threshold attack on on building my platform. You know what I'm saying? I just want to create spaces around the things that I love to foster communities, while having, mindfulness in mind for all of them. I love your schedule. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. You should be able to have your own governing body. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. We definitely need some leadership, and it's not going to look like the leadership we see in politics today, Love to see it. Be safe, everyone. Much love. All right, Jay, I'll catch you later, bro. But yeah, I digress. Also, join the Discord. We're always in there hanging out, talking stuff. You get my schedule in there, yada, 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 yada. Let's go. Next video. Nature versus nature. The video is silent. Am I tripping?
Meet Lucky Lyle and Trouble Tim. Now, you might think they look a lot alike. That's because they're identical twins. But
didn't we just talk about this?
Imagine them being raised in completely different environments. As adults, they turn out very differently. Lucky Lyle is a model citizen. He goes to work, pays his taxes, treats others well, and gets an education. Trouble Tim is on a different path. He robs banks, doesn't pay taxes, and gets his first prison sentence at the same time.
He went with the Rob Bank theory. Okay, I like it.
Lyle
I'm
gets
sorry.
his diploma.
Look at this man. This nigga skipping and shit.
Their genes.
This cop finna get ran down too. Talking about some, please stop. Boy, you're about to get ran the fuck down. Look at this nigga. He is in full stride. Let me
Are
stop.
identical. So it must be their separate environments that have made them so different, right? Well, there's more to it than that. Much more. We need to rewind a bit in time. You see, one of the great questions of humanity is, what makes us us? Early explanations had a hint of the supernatural about them. As the centuries whizzed by, science emerged and fought a tough battle to gain credibility. Eventually, social science emerged with the popular theory that our environment is what makes us us. Let's call this nurture. Undaunted, the biological sciences presented another theory: genes, an unchangeable blueprint in you from birth, decides everything. Let's call this one nature. So, are we a product of our genes or of our environment? The battle raged on. Observations in a newer field of study suggest that both are partly right. This field is called epigenetics.
Epigenetics.
It means above genetics and has to do with how nature and nurture interact.
That's the only way we can look at this shit at this point. You know what I'm saying? There is no nature versus nurture argument anymore. It's epigenetics. They both work in tandem to create us.
The heart of this discussion is one simple question asked by researcher Michael Meany. What makes a good rat mama?
That's a weird sentence.
For a rat mother, nothing says love and care like some nice, vigorous licking. The higher the number of licks, the more love and the better the mama. With this in mind, the researchers compared two groups of rat mothers, one that licked their babies a lot and another that didn't. They found that when babies grew up, they carried their mama's behavior with them and passed it on to the next generation and the next one, and so on. But could it simply be that this particular group of rats was genetically predisposed to produce caring mothers? Well, to test this, the researchers took newborn babies from low-licking mothers and fostered them with high-licking mothers and vice versa. It turns out that if the mother is a high licker, the rat baby becomes a high licker too, regardless of whether it's genetically related to her or not. So genes really don't have anything to do with it then? In true scientific fashion, the researchers dove right into the brains of these rats to see what, if anything, was different in the brains of the babies of high-licking versus low-licking mothers. When they looked at genes that possibly play a role in motherly care, they found crucial differences. Newborn rat babies have clusters of molecules called methyl groups attached to these genes. These methyl groups silence the gene, effectively switching it off.
Wow.
The researchers discovered that while the methyl groups in rats from low-licking mothers were still attached, in the rats from high-licking mothers, these methyl groups had disappeared. This was also true for the rats that had been adopted by high-licking rat mothers. The care these rats received from their mothers actually physically altered their genetic expression. Now that's all fine and good for rats, but what about people? Well, the same is true for Lucky Lyle and Troubled Tim, and for you and me.
Wow.
The genes you're born with are the genes you've got. But lifestyle and environmental influences such as nutrition, exercise, smoking, stress, and love greatly affect your biology. These changes can actually be observed at the DNA level.
Wow.
The bright side is that epigenetic changes happen throughout our lives, and our choices can make real differences in how we develop as human beings.
That's beautiful. That's crazy, bro. Just some more epigenetics, nature versus nurture stuff for those science nerds out there like myself. Now, this next bit, it's a little long, it's a little winded, but they talk about genetic myths and how important they are to our conversations. I just want to keep in mind that people who are using genetics as a who are still using genetics as a predetermining factor for someone's life, like solely alone, those are some of the most, not everybody who thinks like that is evil, but neo-Nazis think that. This is what neo-Nazis think. You know what I'm saying? So just something to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's how they used to form their arguments against, you know, black people or any other people, like eugenics. Yeah. They say that they're superior because of their genetics, you know, and that's just the way it is. So like, I want you to just come into that with the mindset, and they try to, you know, kind of shoehorn, you know, black experiences down to their individual choices, which is, it's as we've seen today, it's nonsensical to even assess this. You got the epigenetics, you got social theory, you got all these things, right? But let's talk about
the most crazy making yet widespread and potentially dangerous notions is, oh, that behavior is genetic. One of the most crazy making yet widespread and potentially dangerous notions is, oh, that behavior is genetic. Now, what does that mean? It means all sorts of subtle stuff if you sort of know modern biology, but for most people out there, what it winds up meaning is a deterministic view of life, one rooted in biology and genetics. Genes equal things that can't be changed. Genes equal.
Hey, Narex, good morning. How you doing?
Things that are inevitable.
That's wild as fuck, Switch. I didn't even know that.
And that you might as well not waste resources trying to fix. Might as well not put societal energies into trying to improve.
Is that Darwin?
It's inevitable. It's unchangeable. And that is sheer nonsense.
Agreed. Sheer nonsense. Now tell us more.
It is widely thought that conditions like ADHD are genetically programmed, conditions like schizophrenia are genetically programmed. The truth is the opposite. Nothing is genetically programmed. They're very rare diseases. I mean, a small handful, extremely sparsely represented in the population.
My man, this is my guy right here. He's be spitting. Hold on.
Extremely sparsely represented in the population that are truly genetically determined. Most complex conditions might have a predisposition that is a genetic component, but a predisposition is not the same as a predetermination. The whole search for this.
Basically, you have the potential to be this versus you will be this. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is an option for you, or this is 100% fact going to happen. Predisposition versus predetermination.
Source of diseases in the genome was doomed to failure before anybody even thought of it, because most diseases are not genetically predetermined. Heart disease, cancer, strokes, rheumatoid conditions, autoimmune conditions in general, mental health conditions, addictions, these are none of them genetically determined. Breast cancer, for example, out of 100 women with breast cancer, only 7 will carry the breast cancer genes. 93 do not. And out of 100 women who do have the genes, not all of them will get cancer.
So how is it genetic? It can't be genetic.
Genes are not just things that make us behave in a particular way regardless of our environment. Genes give us different ways of responding to our environment. In fact, it looks as if some of the early childhood influences of the kind of child rearing affects gene expression, actually turning on and off different genes to put you on a different developmental track, which may suit the kind of world you've got to deal with.
So, for example, a study done in Montreal with suicide victims looked at autopsies of the brains of these people. And it turned out that if a suicide victim, these are usually young adults, had been abused as children, the abuse actually caused a genetic change in the brain.
Wow.
That was absent in the brains of people who had not been abused.
Wow. So that was epigenetics because of child abuse as a kid affected something. Wow.
That's an epigenetic effect. Epi means on top of, so that the epigenetic influence is what happens.
My mom's cancer wasn't genetic linked, even though cancer runs in her side of the family.
Happens environmentally.
So it begs the question: what is happening in our environment that is making us so sick? You know,
activate or deactivate certain genes.
In New Zealand,
There's so much nuance to science. Exactly.
there's a study
So much
that
nuance.
was done in a town called Dunedin, in which a few thousand individuals were studied from birth up to into their 20s. What they found was that they could identify a genetic mutation, an abnormal
wow.
gene, which did have some relation to the predisposition to commit violence.
The predisposition to
Only
commit
if
violence.
the individual had also been subjected to severe child abuse.
But only if they have been subjected to severe child abuse would what?
In other words, a child with this abnormal gene would be no more likely to be violent than anybody else. And in fact, they actually had a lower rate of violence than people with normal genes.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
As long as they
That's
weren't
crazy.
abused as children.
Great additional example.
That's
of ways in
crazy.
which genes are not be all end all. Fancy technique where you can take a specific gene out of a mouse. That mouse and its descendants will not have that gene. You have knocked out that gene. So there's this one gene that codes for a protein that has something to do with learning and memory. And this fabulous demonstration, knock out that gene and you have a mouse that doesn't learn as well. Ooh, a genetic basis for intelligence. What was much less appreciated in that landmark study that got picked up by the media left and right is take those genetically impaired mice and raise them in a much more enriched, stimulating environment than your normal mice in a lab cage, and they completely overcame that deficit.
Wow.
So,
wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. It's never just genetic,
when
bro.
one says in a contemporary sense that
Being born a serial killer, I don't think it's possible. I don't think anyone can just be born a serial killer. I think that's what he's trying to say, essentially. But even, I'm sure anything can happen, right? But wonder how pandemic and capitalism freaked my genes. Yeah, man, imagine. But what he just said was wild, though. Basically, you could take the gene out of a mouse that inhibits its ability to learn and process information, and then put it in a more enriched environment to its counterparts, and it'll end up equal or better to those counterparts, even though you remove the gene from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people like to say it's all genetic. No, it's both, but like because you can only do what's in your genes, but you can also get so much more from your environment as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to be able to have this kind of dialogue around this,
oh, this behavior is genetic, to the extent that that's even a valid sort of phrase to use. What you're saying is there is a genetic contribution to how this organism responds to environment. Genes may influence the readiness with which an organism will deal with a certain environmental challenge. That's not the version most people have in their minds. And not to be too soapboxing, but run with the old sort of version of it's genetic, and it's not that far from a history of eugenics and things of that sort.
Eugenics.
It's a widespread misconception, and it's a potentially fairly dangerous one.
He's spitting
One
facts.
reason that
He's spitting facts, bro. He's spitting facts.
Biological explanation for violence. One reason that hypothesis is potentially dangerous, it's not just misleading, it can really do harm, is because if you believe that, you could very easily say, well, there's nothing we can do to change the predisposition people have to becoming violent. All we can do if somebody becomes violent is punish them.
This is exactly what they did to us. This is exactly what they did to us in this country. So just keep in mind.
Lock them up or execute them. But we don't need to worry about changing the social environment or the social preconditions that may lead people to become violent, because that's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
The genetic argument.
And I know you guys hear that all the time. It's all about individual choices. These people, this is just the way they were born. They're just like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, you see what that has gotten us before? You know what I'm saying? How about we try it a different way? How about we talk about environmental changes? How about we start changing the system? But it's like people who have those kind of conversations are so against changing the system that they would rather condemn an entire people just to keep the world the way it is. And that's fucking scary.
Allows us the luxury of ignoring past and present.
That's fucking scary.
Social factors. And
that's scary as hell.
Louis Menand, he wrote in the New Yorker, very astutely, he said, "It's all in the genes, an explanation for the way things are that does not threaten the way things are. Why should someone feel unhappy or engage in antisocial behavior when that person is living in the freest and most prosperous nation on earth? It can't be the system. There must be a flaw in the wiring somewhere."
Mm-hmm. Sound familiar?
Good way of putting it. So the genetic argument is simply a cop-out, which allows us to ignore the social and economic and political factors that in fact underlie many troublesome behaviors. Addictions are usually considered to be a drug-related issue, but looking at it more broadly, I define addiction as any behavior that is associated with craving,
even addiction,
temporary relief, and with long-term negative consequences, along with an impairment of control over it, so that the person wishes to give it up or promises to do so, but can't follow through. And when you understand that, then you can see that there are many more addictions than simply those.
Same, learn.
There's workaholism, there's addiction to shopping, to the internet, to video games. There's the addiction to power. People have power, but they want more and more and more. Nothing is ever enough for them.
Addiction to power, and this is the kind of addiction we don't talk about enough. We talk about all kind of addictions of all kind of shit. We don't talk about the addiction to power though. People who want more and more money, and nothing is ever enough. We look at that as a good thing, right? Like, oh, he's so hardworking, he's so tenacious, he's a go-getter, right? Oh,
acquisition, corporations that must own more and more. The addiction to oil, but at least to the wealth and to the products made accessible to us by oil. Look at the negative consequences on the environment.
Look at the negative consequences on the environment. They are pursuing oil for power and money at the negative effect of the entire world. You know what I'm saying? And that's not an addiction. But they would look at, a meth addict or a crack addict and they'll say, oh, that's a horrible person. We as society would look at a meth addict or a crack addict and say, that's a horrible person. He's bad. He made some really wrong choices in his life. But we look at big pharma, big oil, big agriculture, big prison industrial complex, and we look at them, they're so tenacious. And it's America. They're working hard. They're trying to make money to feed their families. It don't matter where it ends and where it goes. You know what I'm saying? We justify it in this society. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's criminal. It's backwards. It's for lack of a better word, it's villain like. It's like super villain like. It's almost like a super villain designed this system. That's what it feels like.
Destroying the very earth that
we. They look at the crack dealer on the corner different than they look at McDonald's, and I'm looking at both of them like maybe neither of y'all should be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because McDonald's they cause a lot of misery. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the low payment of workers or the food that they have that is toxic. It's toxic. You know what I'm saying? But people are happy, right? Cheap burgers, right? Dollar burgers, dollar menu. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should change this shit. Skynet adjacent. Facts. The system is wicked too. Too wicked. Yeah, bro.
Inhabit for the sake of that addiction. Now these addictions are far more devastating in their social consequences.
Facts.
Than
far more
cocaine
devastating.
Or heroin habits of my downtown east side patients.
Facts.
Yet they're rewarded.
Yes, they are rewarded.
To be respectable. The tobacco company executive that shows a higher profit will get a much bigger reward.
Woo! This man is spit. This is my man right here. His name is Dr. Gabor Mate, bro. Y'all should look him up, bro. He's got some really awesome talks.
Consequences.
This movie is called a movie called Zeitgeist 3. Moving forward, it's like a social commentary video movie series that I think everybody should really look at. You know what I'm saying? And folk don't want to talk about the U.S. brought the same drugs into the country in an effort. To not what's even crazier about that sweatshirt, Shawty, to not only thwart community solidarity but also on the back end fund a right wing motherfucking movement to overthrow a leftist government because they said we're going to nationalize our products in the U.S. You got to pay us to come get our natural resources. So they funded basically some dictators, and some murders, some martyrs, so that we could get more resources, which is absolute. And on the back end, they poisoned black communities and black solidarity on top of killing Black Panthers, Frederick Hampton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. These niggas are diabolical. You gotta think about it. This is diabolical planning here. This is crazy. When you think about it, it's crazy, chat. It's fucking crazy.
Legally or otherwise. In fact, he's a respected member of the board of several other corporations. But tobacco smoke related diseases kill 5.5 million people around the world every year. In the United States, they kill 400,000 people a year. And these people are addicted to what? To profit. To such a degree are they addicted that they're actually in denial about the impact of their activities, which is typical for addicts, is denial.
Yeah, fact.
And that's a respectable one. It's respectable to be addicted to profit no matter what the cost. So what is acceptable and what is respectable is a highly arbitrary phenomenon in our society.
Woo.
And it seems like the greater the harm, the more respectable the addiction.
The greater the harm, the more respectable the addiction. The greater the harm, the more... Jesus Christ.
There's a general myth that drugs in themselves are addictive. In fact, the war on drugs is predicated on the idea that if you interdict the sources of drugs, you can deal with addiction that way. Now,
and I'm talking about addiction today a little bit as well because my family has gone through it. Like my uncles, my aunties from LA, almost every single one has been impacted in some way by the addiction to drugs. You know, like my uncle, he was a crack addict. I had two uncles that were one was a crack addict, one was like a heroin addict. You know, I had an auntie that was murdered in a drug-filled rage by her boyfriend who was mad at her for talking to another person. So when people ask, you know what I'm saying, and then you think about all this shit we've been talking about, epigenetics and how traumatic events can affect people and how certain behaviors can be passed on to their kids, whether it's addiction or whether it's whatever. It just makes you think like it just makes you see how everything is, we're all connected. We're all connected, bro. My uncle was a drug dealer as well. He sold crack with motherfucking Freeway Rick Ross. I've been on the phone with Rick Ross before, bro. My uncle put me on the phone with like, hey, talk to my man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, what's up? You know, I didn't know shit. I didn't know who he was back then. But that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? That shit is real. My husband died from drug use. His dad is an addict, and my stepson is in rehab. Wow. So this is hitting home for you right now. Wow. Yeah. My uncle, they used to make fun of my family because my uncle would be like giving head around the block for crack. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit affected our family so much. You know what I'm saying? The actual Rick Ross. I didn't even know at the time. That's crazy. I don't want to talk too much about it, but yeah. My uncle went to jail for like 10, 15 years because of it, you know?
If we understand addiction in a broader sense, we see that nothing in itself is addictive. No substance, no drug is by itself addictive, and no behavior is by itself addictive. Many people can go shopping without becoming shopaholics. Not everybody becomes a food addict. Not everyone who drinks a glass of wine becomes an alcoholic. So the real issue is what makes people susceptible, because it's the combination of a susceptible individual and the potentially addictive substance or behavior that actually then makes...
Bro, my uncle used to steal our Christmas presents, bro. I remember waking up one Christmas and us not having a gift for Christmas because of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how strong he was. Still the microwave. He was still the refrigerator if he could. Like, he was still we used to have to hide shit in my grandma's house because of that. And it's like, when you think about the effect that has on people's families, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. And you think about why was the crack there in the first place? For whom? For whom? To serve what war in where? In Nicaragua? Where? Huh? It's crazy, bro.
For full flowering of addiction. In short, it's not the drug that's addictive, it's the question of the susceptibility of the individual to being addicted to a particular substance or behavior. If we wish to understand what then makes some people susceptible, we actually have to look at their life experience.
This is crazy because he's talking about that. This is a doctor. He studies this shit, and he's saying that drugs themselves are not addictive by nature. It's the susceptibility of the person to said drug. You know what I'm saying? So that makes us look at it a little differently. You know, for sure.
Old idea, although it's old, but it's still.
My cousin stole money that my mom got from my dad passing away. He stole our games. Yeah, PR. Check this out. Check this shit out, bro. Check this shit out. This is very intriguing information, bro.
The questioning of addiction.
And y'all can look this nigga up. His name is Dr. Gabriel Mate.
What makes people susceptible? A glass of wine without becoming by itself addictive. That nothing in itself is addictive. No substance, no drug is by itself addictive.
Interesting.
And no behavior is by itself addictive. Many people can go shopping without becoming shopaholics. Not everybody becomes a food addict. Not everyone who drinks a glass of wine becomes an alcoholic. So the real issue is what makes people susceptible, because it's the combination of a susceptible individual and the potentially addictive substance or behavior that actually then makes for full flowering of addiction.
Whew, Jesus, guys, well spoken. And I think what makes things something addictive is not having your basic needs met. So people who do addiction, or not do addiction, but who are addicted, I think, you know, they're not having one of their basic needs met. You know what I'm saying? So the opposite of sobriety or of addiction is not sobriety, it is connection to people to fill those basic needs in your life. You know what I'm saying? There are like 5 basic needs that human beings need. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to me, bro. It's like, so a different way to think about it, bro. Drugs were involved early in human communities in the way that they're so different today. Yeah.
In short,
yeah.
It's not.
Why are drugs more easily accessible but healthy food, shelter, and water isn't? Let's talk about it, man.
That's addictive. It's the question of the susceptibility.
And the crazy part is, when we were talking about earlier, we were talking about how how we don't seem to be as free as we think. You know what I'm saying? In America, and it's like, oh, fuck, I had a fire ass thought, but I lost it. Oh yeah, okay. Basically, okay. So like this shit right here, a lot of this shit that we be talking about here is common knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's why when we come in here, we all know. You know what I'm saying? 70% of Americans think that we should have universal health care. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have it. Why? Why is that? Why don't we have it if 70% of the American population thinks we should have universal health care? 70%. Why is it that we don't have it? It's not that we are so different, that we don't agree on so many things, because in fact we agree on so many more things. It's the way the media drives our division, you know, to the point where we will vote against ourselves just to screw over the other guy. You know? We will vote against ourselves. And the media plays this shit up, bro. This shit plays this shit up, bro. Left versus right? We never talk about what we agree on, though. We always talk about what we disagree on. What do we agree on? We agree that 70% of the American population believes that we should have universal health care. Why don't we have universal health care? Why is that not happening right now? Why do we have people dying and going in debt because of this? You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's so nefarious how the system is set up, bro. It's so nefarious. That should be a no-brainer right there. We're spending more money right now to have the healthcare system than we have to a lesser effect. You see what I'm saying? But right now, the pharmaceutical companies get to run amok. They get to charge their individual prices, and they get to go crazy with it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's money, the pursuit of money and power, really. Power, control. It's like, who's that benefiting? Who is that benefiting, bro? It's not benefiting us. I had heart surgery this year, bro. I had heart surgery last year, bro. I had to go to the hospital 6 times before they would see me. 6 times. I was up late at night and I couldn't sleep, and I had 3 liters of fluid in my chest. 3 liters. They had to drain an entire soda jug out of the sack around my heart before they sat me down and had me, bro. That to me, and then I got bills on top of that. Like, what? I ain't paying shit. You're not getting shit. That should be mandatory, my nigga. What are you talking about, bro? Every other developed country in the world has universal health care, bro. This is not something that is like revolutionary in any way. Like this is the standard. This is the standard. It's infuriating. As someone who's been through so much of this shit, it's like, how do you not want to be screaming at the top of your lungs at any given time, bro? I say that to say is that we have a lot more in common than we disagree on in this country, but the media drives our division, and there is no leftist, like true leftist media source for us. So all we're getting right now is like right wing and then more center right wing stuff. Like acknowledging racism is not left wing, okay? CNN, it's not left wing. That is the bare minimum, okay? That is the bare minimum to give a fuck about society, about people in our society. It is the bare minimum. Democrats, bare minimum, bro. Absolute bare minimum. But what are we gonna do about it? They want to put a black president in office, but what are they doing for black people? You see what I'm saying? What are they doing for black people? Zilch, nigga. Nobody. Barack Obama got into office, and what was he able to do for black people? He gave us Medicare. Thank you, Obama. But what did he do for black people? What did he do specifically for black people? And we know what kind of system we have here. He knows. He has to. He's too smart not to know. So what is it that we're doing here? You see what I'm saying? There is no left. People like to say it's left and right. There is no leftist media. Nigga, Hassan Piker might be the biggest leftist media in a fucking in America, bro. Like, come on, bro. Bro, and what's worse, he ain't done a thing for black people, and he's pushing the same neoliberal bullshit, imperialistic. He dropped more bombs than fucking Trump did, and it deported motherfucking more people than Trump did as well. But he's a black man. We made it. And granted, don't get me wrong, I understand the power of symbolism of what it means to have a black president in a White House. You know what I'm saying? But what does it say to the people that we can have a black president in the White House and him do nothing for us, nothing for our people? You know what I'm saying? And we talking about representation is not enough. It's the minimum. It's the bare minimum required. Exactly. I'm sorry. I'm going off on a tangent here, but it's infuriating, bro. And it's not just black people. It's every marginalized group. You know, it's ultimately the biggest game is poor versus those who don't have versus those who do have. The working class and trying to gain power in this country so they can affect better change for all of humanity instead of what? You know what I'm saying? Having the corporations run everything, you know? I'm sorry, I digress. Y'all having a good day? I'm sorry, man. This is like my soapbox today. They're gonna come pack my shit up pretty soon, bro. He talking too much shit right now.
Individual to being addicted to a particular substance.
I know y'all don't want to hear me talk about politics all day, but fuck, it's just so infuriating because all this shit is connected, bro. It's all connected, bro.
If we wish to understand what that makes some people susceptible,
appreciate you.
We actually have to look at their life experience. The old idea, although it's old, but it's still broadly held, that addictions are due to some genetic cause is simply scientifically untenable. What the case is actually is that certain life experiences make people susceptible. Life experiences that not only shape the person's personality and psychological needs, but also their very brains in certain ways. And that process begins in utero.
Thank you, Joel.
It's been shown, for example, that if you stress mothers during pregnancy.
Wow. Prenatal, bro. It goes all the way down to when you're in the womb. Let's hear more about this. This is a great movie, by the way. I recommend everybody watch this. Zeitgeist series. There's 1, 2, and 3. This one's all about building society, instructing society differently. Definitely check out this movie series. A lot of information to be watched or seen there.
In utero. It's been shown, for example, that if you stress mothers during pregnancy, their children are more likely to have traits that predispose them to addictions. And that's because development is shaped by the psychological and social environment. So the biology of human beings is very much affected by and programmed by their life experiences.
No, America, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
By and programmed by their life experiences beginning in utero.
Wow.
Environment does not begin at birth. Environment begins as soon as you have an environment. As soon as you
Wow.
have a fetus, you are subject to whatever information is coming from mom's circulations, hormones, levels of nutrients. Great landmark example of this, something called the Dutch hunger winter.
That's crazy, bro. As soon as you're in your mom's belly, your environment has already been set in. You're processing information already.
1944, Nazis occupying Holland. For a bunch of reasons, they decide to take all the food and divert it to Germany. For 3 months, everybody there is starving. Tens of thousands of people starve to death.
Wow.
What the Dutch hunger winter effect is, if you were a second or third trimester fetus during the starvation, your body learned something very unique during that time. As it turns out, second, third trimester,
Wow.
something that your body is going about trying
Agreed, Hershwag. Agreed, 100%.
to learn about the
We were talking about epigenetics earlier, so yeah.
environment is, well, how menacing of a place is it out there? How plentiful? How much nutrients am I getting by way of mom's circulation? Be a fetus who is starving during that time, and your body programs forever after to be really, really, really stingy with your sugar and fat, and what you do is you store every bit of it. Be a Dutch hunger winter fetus, and half a century later, everything else being equal, you are more likely to have high blood pressure, obesity,
Wow.
and metabolic syndrome.
Wow. Fucking wow, bro. And think about all the shit pregnant women go through, bro, in this country, bro.
That is environment coming in a very
Agreed, yes.
unexpected place.
Mind
You can
blowing.
stress animals in the laboratory when they're pregnant, and their offspring will be more likely to use cocaine and alcohol as adults.
Wow.
You can stress human mothers. For example, in a British study, women who are abused in pregnancy will have higher levels of the stress hormone cortisol in their placenta at birth, and their children are more likely to have conditions that predispose them to addictions by age 7 or 8.
Thinking about how our different our bodies react to food and exercise. Yeah, bro, we had a whole discussion on nutrition. We talked about that. We talked a lot about that. That'll be up on the Mindful Monday today as well as this VOD will be up today as well if you guys want to check it out.
So in utero stress already prepares the ground for all kinds of mental health issues. Israeli study done prior on children born to mothers who were
Yeah, there's not even a maternal leave in this country. It's crazy. What are we doing to our people? That is a standard in other countries, bro. This is not revolutionary by any means. Maternal leave, a certain amount of vacation time. Like people get like a month off of vacation. Like this shit is normal in other countries. We are not normal in America. We're not normal. Black women died at a disproportionately higher rate during childbirth than any other race. Not surprising at all. Not surprising at all, bro. Yeah, there's definitely racism in the medical system. Yeah, I think we've talked about that as well too on Mindful Monday a while ago. Nope, they want mother back at work in a week. That's crazy. That's crazy. What is that doing to the child? The child who needs to be touched, and child needs to be loved and held and picked up. Because those things are affecting its brain. You know what I'm saying? At least a year. You know why? Because they give a fuck about the baby, bro. They give a fuck about because that baby is going to be a contributor to society and not just some capital product that can be used and thrown away. That's crazy, bro. It just shows you about how much we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck here. And if we continue down this road and let corporation dictate our national systematic ethics, we're fucked.
Were pregnant prior to the onset of the 1967 war. These women, of course, are very stressed, and their offspring have a higher incidence of schizophrenia.
Wow.
Than the average cohort.
Wow.
So
Schizophrenia.
There's plenty of evidence now that prenatal effects have a huge impact on the developing human being.
Wow. Woo! That was a lot. That was a lot. What are your thoughts, chat? Do y'all have any thoughts, questions, concerns? Fuck, I'm so angry sometimes, bro. I just think a lot of our early childhood memories consist of our mama working all the time. Yeah, my mama worked 3 jobs, bro. When I was 13 years old, I would come home and not even see my mom. She had to work that much to put food on the table. And some people might say, oh, well, she shouldn't have had all those kids. And I would say maybe she shouldn't have, but they're here now. We're here now. What kind of help do we deserve? You know, existing already, you know? What do we get? You know what I'm saying? How can y'all help struggling people? You know, you're just gonna let them suffer? Meanwhile, folks want to don't want to provide a society that nurtures child's growth and development into being a full. Exactly, bro. Yeah, they chalk everything up to individual freedoms until their kid goes to school and has to and gets shot by somebody because we don't have gun laws, or they go to school every day and they eat horrible food that ends up getting them sick and having a early life, or they get cancer, or you know you can't afford health care for your children, or you know it's nonsensical, bro. Nonsensical, bro. We are all connected, and the sooner we realize that we are all connected and we start making decisions that are for the better of the entire population, the sooner we can start making decisions that are best for ourselves. Because I truly believe the most selfish thing you could do is to do things for others, because we are all connected. We're all connected. This motherfucker explains all the reason why I don't want to have kids. Same Dom. Same. This is a fire Mindful Monday. And what's crazy about it, bro, is I threw this together super last minute, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was up an hour before stream and I was like, what do I want to talk about today? And I picked a topic and I found videos, and these motherfuckers are amazing. Really good one today. This is going up on YouTube today. Actually, I'm gonna upload this today. As soon as I'm in stream, I'm a private the VOD. So we're trying to get all the traffic over to YouTube, whether it's gaming, whether it's reactions, everything off Twitch onto YouTube, because Twitch don't give a fuck about us either, bro. They don't. But whatever. My mom was gonna be gone before we woke up for school, and I had to wake up to school almost a mile at age 7. I walked to school almost a mile at age 7, and then she got home to say goodnight. That's crazy, bro. I relate to that a lot, man. I would not see my mom for days. I would be out by the time I get home. By the time she get home, I would already be asleep for the next day, and I would wake up after she had already left. My mom would do work. She was, struggling, bro, to put food on the table, to put a roof over our head. It should never be that hard. And granted, you might be able to say my dad should have been in my life, but yeah, he should have. But he wasn't. So what then? We just let her struggle? As a child of a single mom, bro, as a child of a family that was plagued by drugs, as a child of, you know, as a black man in America, you know, descendants of Africans, how can you not want to say something about this shit, bro? Like, there's just frustrating, man. Sometimes if you daydream about starting a family, I get stressed because I think, like, how could I get to that another person, bro? And you think about it, starts in prenatal, y'all. It starts in prenatal. It starts prenatal. That's when the environment begins. Mind the tangent, but look at how they treated us during COVID. The policies are in place. Get babysitting back in effect so they can get their workforce, but COVID ran rampant in the classroom still. Yeah, bro, they ran. You know what's crazy? It's crazy the mind shift that happened once they realized that black people were more affected by COVID than anybody else, or people of color. It's like almost like, oh, get back to work. We're not at risk. We'll come out a net positive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay. You know, it's interesting, bro. It's interesting. The working class, we're disposable. We're disposable to them. Even though we're called essential workers, they don't treat us like we're essential. I'm not an essential worker, but they don't treat essential workers like they are essential. Grocery workers, you know, clerks, all kind of shit, bro. Anybody that's essential that had to work during, hospital workers, nurses, doctors, or whatever it is, you know. 2020 was very eye-opening. I hope people are paying attention, bro. Hood Kage, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. It's very, very interesting stuff here, bro. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff, man. Truly, truly interesting. We do this, by the way, anybody who's new to the stream, join the Discord, by the way. Join the Discord. We in there chatting all the time, hanging out, watching movies. We just had movie night last night. We're watching Attack on Titan and Euphoria. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, hang out with us, bro. We also have a Mindful Monday YouTube channel. If you guys don't know, that's where all the VODs and everything will go over to. You can check that out. I also have a gaming channel if you guys are interested in that as well. We going taking over this year, bro. It's my time, bro. I'm tired of being fucking passive and humble about it. You know, it's my time, nigga. It's my time, bro. I think we need people, and I'm not trying to sound pretentious, because I don't mean to be that way, you know what I'm saying? But I think we need people who are having these kind of conversations at the very top of things, you know what I'm saying? I think we need people having these kind of conversations, bro. We need leadership, you know, and I'm not trying to act like I'm some great, phenomenal leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing my best, you know, but these kind of conversations are not happening enough, bro. So I'm gonna take my ass to the top. I'm gonna get all my dreams, bro. And I'm gonna, from the top down, I'm gonna fucking try to change as much as I possibly can, bro. I promise that. Y'all can guarantee that, bro. Everything I do will be about, that's my end goal in life, because all this content creation shit is beautiful. I love it. I love creating content. I love that I was able to do this in the way that I did and build this community with you guys. But at the end of the day, I want to affect change, real change for the world, bro, for the fucking world. And I'm not stopping at just getting my plate full. I'm trying to make sure everybody eat, bro. I'm trying to make sure everybody eat, bro. Dead ass, bro. Change the fucking system, bro. Let's change the fucking system, bro. Let's change the fucking system, y'all. For real, bro. Huh. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys are here today, for real, man. I lay my heart on these fucking streams, man. I really do, man. I'm so fucking exposed. You see me right exactly who I am, bro. That's exactly what you're gonna get with Goofy fucking Wise, bro. Gotta pull up. I love you already. And we're not always doing mindful shit. I want to say that we're not always doing mindful, but we gotta have the time to be wise. Most of my streams, I'm just fucking around playing video games, talking shit, cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? And that's important too, because we need it. And that's why, man, that's important too, because we need to have that joy. You know what I'm saying? That joy is fuel. It is fuel for our lives, but it's also fuel so we can have these conversations and be our best. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about, you know? That's why it's Goofy Wise, bro. It's Goofy first, then Wise. You see what I'm saying? It's all planned out. Nigga, it's all planned out. You see it. You see the logo. It's Goofy Wise, nigga. Love what you're doing. Thank you so much, Jones. I appreciate that, bro. Love these type of talks. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's all, you know. I live for this shit, bro. I live for this shit. Yeah, it's exhausting when it's always, yeah, that's why I gotta mix it up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta most of my streams. So Friday we stream, Saturday we stream. You can check my Discord. I have my stream schedule in there. I should have one below too. I gotta make sure it's accurate though. I feel like convos like this is too rare to have. Exactly. It's and that's the thing. It shouldn't be rare. We don't need it to be rare anymore. We've gotten nowhere having, you know, limited speech about these things. You know what I'm saying? Professor G, not Professor G. No, but yeah, man. You got to be silly wise if you ever go to show. Why silly wise? Why? Is Goofy bad in Chicago? They use it badly or something? The most open and accepting community on Twitch. You know, we try, bro. We try. Discord, I got you right here, right there. Oh, too late. Jewel already got it. Jewel's on the sticks today. Shout out to Jewel. She helped me put Mindful Monday together, bro. I can always count on her to help out, and all the mods. Sammy C, Chelsea, Nola Queen, Rel, Big Time. Appreciate you guys a lot, bro. Because everyone's holding on to that solid baton. Talk about it, man. Talk about it, man. Talk about it, man. Talk about it. We love that. We love that. Talk about it, bro. If there's one thing, bro, that I learned from watching that Kanye West documentary, bro, the belief in yourself, man. I'm tired of living my life not believing in myself, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. It is a burden that I will no longer carry. I deserve it, you know. I'm tired of walking lightly, treading ice, you know. No more. That shit is done, bro. That shit is done, bro. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with that shit, bro. It's over, nigga. This is a new phase, nigga. This is the Goofy Wise, nigga, rise phase, nigga. I'm done with that shit. Jewel, thank you for the sub to Sweatshirt Shawty. I appreciate you, bro. Done with that shit. I want to see more conversations like this. I want to see more communities like this out there. I want to see this become the normal, you know? Conversations like this, you know? I want that to be a normal. And in order to do that, I gotta believe in myself. No more doubting myself. No more second guessing myself, nigga. I am who I am. If you get the wrong idea about me, then that's on you, nigga. That ain't my problem. Okay, I'm not treading lightly so people think I'm not confident or whatever. You know, no more. That shit's done. Y'all can hold me to that. So if I ever say some stupid shit in chat, some self-deprecating thing in chat, make sure y'all hold me accountable to that, for real. Doubting wants, it's such a waste of fucking time, because 90% of shit and this is, I got this from Euphoria last night, which is like, damn, spitting. But Maddie actually said 90% of everything is confidence, and people can't tell if your confidence is real or fake. They can't tell. So just fucking be confident, nigga. Fuck. They can't tell. They don't know. They're not inside your brain. Just act the part, nigga. And then at a certain point, it's gonna become like a muscle, nigga. It's gonna become like a muscle, and it's like, oh, you know what? I fucking believe in myself because I've been telling myself I believe in myself for so long, and now my reflex is to believe in myself. My reflex is to be confident, and therefore I am confident, nigga. Therefore I am confident. Are we gonna be on your ass? Don't worry. I appreciate you, bro. They'll be prepared. Yeah. Appreciate all the new people in the community, bro. We really blessing y'all. We got one more video. I didn't want to. Do y'all feel negative? Do y'all need an uplift? You know what I'm saying? Because we can just go straight to meditation. But if y'all feeling like y'all want to end it on something a little bit more positive, we can do that. I got a video for y'all. You know what I'm saying? 10 toes down, the fuck down. That's what I'm saying, nigga. 10 toes down, nigga. It's my time, boy. It's my time. No more doubts, nigga. I don't give a fuck how shit perform on socials, nigga. I don't give a fuck about that, because my shit is bigger than that, bro. My vision is bigger than one post, 10 posts, 1,000 YouTube videos that fucking flop. My shit is bigger than that, bro. It's bigger, bro. I got bigger dreams, nigga. And I ain't backing down for nobody, bro. For no disapproval, for no fucking algorithm telling me I'm not good enough. None of that shit, nigga. It's my time, nigga. It's my time, bro. Fuck. It's my time. I'm tired of being meek, nigga. I'm tired of being meek. No more of that shit, bro. No more of that shit, bro. I'm tired of that shit. I'm done, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just like, I just feel like this is a huge growth phase for me, bro. It really is. Nipsey said, get it right, or you gonna get left out. RIP Nip. Whew. Let them know, hey, man, I'm telling y'all, bro. It's a wrap, nigga. I'm about to take over YouTube, bro. I'm gonna be the biggest fucking creator on fucking all these platforms, bro. I'm gonna be huge. Bro. I'm gonna be fucking accountable too. I'm gonna be accountable to my actions, bro. New Age Memphis, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, bro. Me sitting here eating noodle like hell yeah, goof. Nyrax. Fuck them uncomfortable in our yeah, fuck y'all niggas uncomfortable in my confidence, nigga. What the fuck? Like that's my problem. how I follow you on Insta and not here. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. That's crazy. Welcome to the stream though. Please do. I'm sick of these pasty white boys being featured. Facts, bro. Who have nothing to offer to the conversation about change in our world. Nothing to offer. Not a damn thing. Everybody's protecting their pockets. And I get it. We're under capitalism. You know what I'm saying? This is how it works, right? But change is on the horizon, bro. And it's going to start with people being brave, bro. Being brave enough to have conversations at the risk of whatever, you know? At the risk of... fuck it, nigga. We here. This is me. Yeah, they don't want to change their benefiting right now. Fact. Hey, did you fart? No, that was my chair. I'd fart though. If I farted, I'll let you know, to be honest. I'd count down on this motherfucker. I'd be like 3, 2, 1, lift up. Let me stop, bro. This needs to be featured and ran to the ground daily. Yeah, man. Facts. Nah, not that's your first question. That is your first question too. I shouldn't even took it seriously, bro. I shouldn't even took it seriously, but I couldn't. The goofy in me couldn't stop it, bro. It be like that. It do in fact be like that, my boy. He said whiffs. Yuck. Oh shit, bro. How y'all feeling though? Did y'all ever answer my question? Y'all feeling good, bro? Y'all good? I feel like that was enough positivity. I don't know. We can watch this transformation video by Lisa Nichols. We feeling right, bro? So y'all down for some meditation? Anybody? No? I don't know.
Hi.
Feeling good? Okay, as long as y'all feeling good, I'm feeling good, bro. Them vegan farts be cutting. You ain't lying, nigga. They do it, yeah. Lisa Nichols are great. Okay, bet. Let's check her out. Let's check her out then. Let's check her out. Y'all know y'all fuck with Lisa. We fuck with Lisa over here.
Hi, and welcome back to the Lisa Nichols Show.
Hey, Lisa.
Together, we discover the tools that we both
Hi,
desire,
Lisa.
need, want, and deserve.
So good to see
that
you.
we live the life of our dreams.
As someone dating a vegan, Sammy would know his wife is vegan.
I love your comments. I love when you say, I didn't think about that. That's exactly what I need to be doing. I love when you comment on another community member's words. I love when you share with me how you felt or what opened up for you or your experiences. So please continue to share your thoughts with me, to share your feelings with me. We read them and they matter. So today's conversation is really moving from the you that you are to the you that you're becoming, or as I like to call it, giving yourself your butterfly wings. You know, recently I purchased a caterpillar, and this caterpillar was moving all around the cup. And the gentleman who I purchased it from said, it's gonna turn into a chrysalis. It's gonna go into a chrysalis, and then it's gonna be wrapped into a cocoon, and it'll take a few days for it to come out of that cocoon. It's gonna move around as if it were struggling. Whatever you do, don't disturb the cocoon. And I love that because the mere concept of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly is that it's going to go through all types of changes, all types of experiences. It's going to look different. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel expanded at while. There were times as a caterpillar, it was double this size. It came all the way down to here as a caterpillar. Then it went into a chrysalis and it was all white. And now it's gotten all dark. And I'm not sure how many days it will be. Maybe 4, maybe 5, even 10, even in some cases 14 days before the butterfly emerges. And at that time, I'll just cut the rubber band without touching the butterfly, take the top off, and the butterfly will fly away and begin an entirely new journey. But for now, the butterfly is not yet a butterfly. I love what my brother from another mother, Sean Smith, said. When the caterpillar's a caterpillar, is not thinking about being a butterfly. And when the butterfly's a butterfly, it's not thinking about being a caterpillar. It's focused on exactly where it is.
Whoo, shit. She said that was a mean setup. God damn, Lisa, you always knock it out the park, don't you?
So where in your life can you be exactly where you are, be present to it, Appreciate your past, but don't live in your past. Don't wish things were the way they were in your past in this crazy time. I wish things were the way they were. No, allow them to be exactly as they are. Be in your present tense. I can only assume that this caterpillar becoming a butterfly and this cocoon is being present to exactly where it is. This other thing that I realize is that if I were to cut this cocoon, thinking I were helping the butterfly, you know, at times how we want to remove the struggle from our children, or remove the struggle from our spouse, or our
ourselves,
partner, or remove the struggle from our family members. We want to rescue them. If I were to rescue this butterfly, even if the wings are already formed, if I were to cut this cocoon, this butterfly would live and die without ever flying.
Whew.
Because
Goddamn.
because it's in the struggle to actually get out of the cocoon that the butterfly creates the muscles in its wings. And so I believe that you are preparing to soar.
Yes, ma'am.
In this next season. Be
Yes,
present
ma'am.
to the season you're currently in.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
prepare to soar, to fly in your next season.
Yes, ma'am.
That if it feels as if something in this season is a struggle, or this something in this season is a bit contrite, if something in this season is tight, if something in this season is
a bit contrite, the elbow, contrite,
requiring you to push and push and push and push, it could be because you're developing your butterfly wings. It could be because you're developing the muscles that are going to help you soar. And without what we call a struggle, which could just be an exercise of your patience, an exercise of how fluid and flexible you can be, an exercise of how you can pivot and give yourself permission to change in the midst of what was a flow. Maybe this is the time where
and permission to give yourself the pivot in the midst of what was a flow. Come on, Lisa, you speaking right to me right now. She's speaking. Y'all just heard what I just said, and then we turn on this video. I ain't even watched this video yet. This is exactly what we needed to fucking hear today, bro. We are breaking our we are pivoting amidst the flow of what is coming towards us, chat. We are here. And we can do it, bro. I believe in y'all, bro. I believe in myself, and I believe in y'all, bro. Y'all got this, bro. Y'all got it.
You need to be creative on how you generate revenue, creative on how you get the job done. All the things that require your muscles to be developed at such a time as this. Maybe that's your cocoon. And maybe all the things around you now are making sure that you're ready to soar. So that as we continue to move and flow and grow, that your wings can handle a wide expansion, that your wings are ready to take you to where you are. But something happens. If I did this long enough, it starts to burn. If I did this long enough, it starts to hurt. But something happens if my muscles are developed, I can handle the long haul. And so I invite you to get ready for the marathon.
Ooh.
Be willing to build your muscles. Be willing to spread your wings. Be willing to honor whether you are a caterpillar, you're just now going into the development of the formation, whether you're in the cocoon, whether you're in the chrysalis or the cocoon, and you feel yourself outgrowing this space, outgrowing this mindset. You feel like it's a bit cramped in this job or in this relationship or in this life or in this experience. Know that you have permission on the other side. You have permission to stand inside your butterfly. You have permission to spread your wings, and some people won't be able to handle how wide your wings spread. I say to you, spread your wings anyway. Allow your butterfly to show up in all of its beautiful colors, in all of its beautiful shape, in all of your uniqueness. Allow your wings to spread. And then you'll come into another season, and then you'll be back in yet another cocoon. Because you'll be growing again. We are a forever changing, morphing set of humans.
Neuroplasticity.
Give yourself permission to constantly morph, constantly change, constantly expand, and constantly evolve. What fit you 3 years ago may not fit you today. You may feel contracted, and that's okay. I'm your sister in this journey, and we'll continue to spread. We'll continue to learn, grow, seek and search, cocoon, and break out together. Remember, this is not a monologue. This is a dialogue. I cannot wait to hear from you. What did this particular episode open up for you? And what
Nigga, she right on time with that one. I'm gonna be honest. Lisa, I didn't mean to cut you off, Queen. But goddamn. Goddamn. Chat, how y'all feeling, bro? What's up, chat? What's up, chat? How y'all fucking feeling, bro? How y'all feeling, bro? That's how you end a fucking Mindful Monday, nigga. That's what I'm fucking talking about. How y'all feeling, bro? Bet y'all feeling good. Y'all feeling like I can do some shit? I hope so. Because guess what? Even if you don't feel like it, just know I believe in you. You motherfucker. I believe in you. I feel like I was meant to be here. Hey, me too. Thank you for joining us today, bro. Thank you for joining us, bro. That was exactly what I needed to hear. That's exactly what I feel. She told me exactly what I needed to hear, and I'm about to go do it, nigga. I'm about to go live in it, bro. I'm about to go honor the stage that I'm in. So I can make sure that I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I can make wings getting stiff. You know what I'm saying? Muscles getting developed. You know what I'm saying? Back getting broad, nigga. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? I don't think y'all hear me though. Y'all don't really hear me though. Y'all don't really hear me though. You know Lisa giving amazing hugs and makes a bomb mac and cheese. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. She left me know that struggle that I'm in right now is exactly because you're building the muscles, you're building the tools, you're building the skills to take you into the next part of your life. You're about to fly. We all about to fly, bro. We are growing or we going one way or the other, bro. It's always, you know what I'm saying? It's a game of life. I'm happy you ended up reading Atomic Habits, by the way. In the spirit and believing in yourself, I strongly recommend Limitless by Hey, you know what? Where my phone at? I'm gonna take a picture of that right there. Take a picture of that. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you, sir. Yo, Taylor Made Savage, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. If you guys are coming to the stream late, just check out my Mindful Monday YouTube. I'll have all this entire VOD up there for you guys to watch if you guys want to check it out. If you guys like the title, we do this every Mindful Monday or every Monday at 9 a.m. PST. We're here to spread positivity, enlightenment, positivity, self-growth, all that hot, good, sweet shit, bro. We here for that, bro. We here for that, bro. We here for that. This is the community I'm building, bro. This is, nigga, I'm the future, nigga. I'ma just say it, nigga. No more doubting myself. I'm the fucking future, nigga. This is the kind of world I wanna live in, bro. Where we have conversations like this regularly, bro. No more being down on myself, nigga. No, that shit is done, nigga. I don't care who thinks I got a big ego. I don't care who thinks I'm pretentious. I don't care none of that. No more. I'm tired. That shit ain't got me nowhere, bro. That shit got me nothing but doubting myself. Nothing but living quieter than I am. None of that. I'm done with that shit, nigga. Black futurism in this bitch. Facts, nigga. I'm literally crying. What the fuck? Oh my God. It's okay to cry. Fuck it. We are becoming butterflies, y'all. We are becoming Hershwag. Thank you for the follow, bro. Thank you for the follow, bro. I think we had a phenomenal Mindful Monday today. I'll stand on this work, nigga. I will stand on this motherfucking work, bro. I will stand on this work. I told you to believe in you. I believe in you, but I will roast your ass. That's just some love. That's all it is. Tell these little motherfuckers to tee the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. Tee the fuck up, nigga. Get your shit right, nigga. Cause I'm coming correct. I promise you that. I'm coming fucking correct, bro. Amazing stream. Thank you guys so much, man. Join the Discord, bro. Join the Discord, bro. If you want to tap in with me some more. I just dropped a fire ass seafood video, bro. Check that shit out. My creative passion is creating things that make people laugh and inspire them. So that's what Goofy Wise is. It's goofy and wise, bro. Laughter and inspiration, bro. Fucking all that good shit. That's what it is, bro. And that's what I'm about, bro. So that's what you're gonna get from me, bro. That's what you're gonna get from me, bro. That's what I stand on. That's what the brand is about. That's what it's all about, bro. So again, thank you guys so much for being here, bro. I truly, truly appreciate it. I love seeing new faces in here. I love connecting with new individuals in here, bro. It's truly a blessing, bro. It's truly a blessing. I appreciate y'all. We just gained 10 subs on the YouTube, by the way. Thank y'all so much for that, bro. Yeah, man, check me out, bro. Fuck with your boy. You know, I'm telling you, bro. I'm coming at they fucking throats this year, nigga. I'm coming at they fucking throats. Niggas gonna be feeling real. Niggas gonna be feeling real icky, bro. Nigga, gonna be like, who is this nigga all in my space, nigga? All right, nigga. My space, nigga. My space, bro. Let's get it, bro. Plug the TikTok. Oh yeah, Goofy Wise TikTok, bro. Fuck with me on TikTok. I'll be posting my clips there. It's really important. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a Mindful Monday outlet. I'm thinking about making a Mindful Monday TikTok. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just don't have a whole lot of time to clip everything down. But like I said, I mean, this conversation, I don't care if it just stays on Twitch. I'm connecting with people. I'm vibing. We here, bro. That's enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving all this content anyways, so it'll get stored. All that shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, check your boy out, bro. Goofy Wise on any platform, bro. I have my gaming TikTok right there, and I also have my my main TikTok where I talk about anime and shit like that. 1 minute Mindful Monday TikToks once a week. That'd be fire. I gotta figure out. I got my hand in so many pots right now. I'm just trying to get this gaming thing going, and then I'm gonna double back on mindfulness, bro. I'm gonna double back on anime. Like I'm trying to be expansive this year, bro. I'm trying to grow, nigga. I'm trying to really spread my wings and really build a fucking empire of content, bro. You know? And the thing is, I don't even care. Like my biggest thing is not even about money. It's about documenting all this shit, bro. This is about connecting with people and fucking spreading ideas and, you know, ways of thinking and laughter and joy with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I could just document all this shit, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's about documentation. It's about expression of ideas and shit. Hey, do what you gotta do. Hey, professor, do whatever you gotta do, bro. Do whatever you got. I believe in you, bro. Y'all can do this shit, bro. Whatever it is y'all want to do, go do that shit, bro. Making a livable world. I'm trying, bro. That's what I want, bro. Cause this shit right here is ghetto. It's ghetto. It's ghetto. Tired of it, bro. This shit is the trenches, nigga. This shit is not it, bro. It's giving third world. It's giving third world. All right, chat. Hey, I want to thank you guys for being here with me today. Again, I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Fire ass conversations today. Fire ass message. This will be up on the YouTube today, shortly after the stream. I'll upload it so that way you can guys watch it. If you missed a part, go check it in. You know, share it. Whatever y'all want to do with it. I really appreciate it, bro. All the Mindful Mondays are up there too. We got plenty of topics we'll be talking about, bro. We'll be back next Monday if you want the live vibe. It's all good, bro. Yes, sir. Get it. I'm here for the same mission. Hey, all love, man. All love, bro. Yeah, man. We're gonna hop into some meditation now. If y'all want to stick around and do some meditation with us, that'd be cool. If it's your first time, it's pretty simple. You just kind of sit and do nothing and listen to words. We're doing a mindfulness meditation, which is a guided meditation, which is basically like doing meditation with training wheels on. So if you're new, don't feel worried. Don't be anxious. Matter of fact, you can be anxious if you want to. That's fine too. But yeah, just If you want to try it, try it. If you don't, you don't. We're going to raid somebody after. Y'all want to stick around for the raid hype. Again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Join the Discord. Fuck with your boy in the socials, bro. It really means a lot to me, bro. I'm trying to do big things this year, and I can't do it without y'all. I'm just a guy with a computer. At the end of the day, bro, even if I believe in myself, I'm a guy with a computer. None of my dreams are possible without you individuals here, bro. At the end of the day. So thank y'all for being here, bro. Thank y'all for believing in me. Thank y'all for fucking with my content. It really means a lot to me, bro, and it really goes a long fucking way. This year, I'm no more doubting myself, bro. I'm coming full force, nigga, with the fucking foot on a fucking neck, nigga. They gonna stop playing with me, bro. Niggas gonna stop playing with me. And they gonna switch up, and they gonna be like, oh shit, okay. They're like, oh, I should have been on Goofy for a cool minute, bro. He was doing this thing. Hey, long time no see. It's all good, Queen. How you doing, Wi-Fi babies? But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, bro. Again, meditation. And then we'll raid somebody. So again, thank you. If you guys want to shake, I'll see you guys later. Next stream should be tomorrow. I'm either going to do some Dying Light or Sifu, as Elden Ring does drop this week, and that's pretty important to me. Yeah. But yeah, man. Love you, man. Love you guys, man. Love you guys. Let's get into this meditation, though. Let's slide into this meditation. Woo! Got them waves coming.
Welcome to the Daily Calm. Let's begin by finding a comfortable position in a posture that feels relaxed yet alert. Close your eyes. Soften your forehead. And let there be a soft smile in the corners of your lips. Now take a few long, deep breaths to relax the mind and body. Take a slow, deep belly breath. Hold it for a moment. And then gently release that breath. And just repeat that pattern a couple of times, taking slow, deep breaths, and allowing any tension you're holding to melt away. Now naturally allow your breathing to become light and easy. Allowing the rise and fall of the breath to happen in its own time, at its own pace. And just following the breath as it flows through you. Following it in, following it out, breath by breath, moment by moment.